ice and or snow, and then there are the freezing temperatures and power outages. More from CBS's Stacey Lynn.
In Belzoni, Mississippi, Glenn Alexander finally was able to get to a warming center.
3 days, sleeping in the cold, eating in the cold. I couldn't take the cold anymore.
They have about 30 cots which have been filled every night. Sherry Miller is thankful she's there.
It's overwhelming, and I got room.
In Nashville, Tennessee, Pastor Dwayne Lewis was handing out food at his church.
You got a lot of people that's refrigerators of food that's spoiled and gone. We're able to help them fill their refrigerators back up.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
The Senate has failed to advance legislation to fund major portions of the government ahead of a Saturday shutdown deadline, with Democrats demanding reforms to how immigration agencies are carrying out President Trump's agenda. CBS's Erica Brown is on Capitol Hill.
A possible solution under discussion is the Senate removing funding for the Department of Homeland Security from the massive spending package in order to pass the other 5 funding measures. Then the Senate could approve temporary funding for DHS while negotiations continue about changes to ICE.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, speaking at the U.S. Conference of Mayors, calls on the Trump administration to end the surge of immigration enforcement in cities across the country.
This is not a time to bend our heads in despair or out of fear that we may be next, because if we do not speak up, if we do not step out, it will be your city that is next.
Mayor Fry says leaders must stand firm to protect their communities. In Illinois, former Sheriff Deputy Sean Grayson has been sentenced to 20 years for killing Sonia Massey in her home. Massey had called 911 for help concerning a possible prowler. Grayson fired on her when he felt threatened by a pot of boiling water while inside the home. Massey's daughter, Summer, says she does not accept that Grayson says he is sorry.
I don't think I'm going to forget him no time soon. I don't think he really care anyway. He just sick and dying. He won't forget it. So, if he do die, maybe he going to the pearly gates, but I don't think so.
President Trump, during his first cabinet meeting of the new year, announces,
by the end of today, I'd like to have the airspace over Venezuela. Planes can go to Venezuela opened up.
The president closed the airspace following the U.S. military raid that ousted Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro. Meantime, Venezuela's government has approved opening the nation's oil sector to privatization. This is CBS News.
Take control of your financial life. Follow and listen to Money Watch with Jill Schlesinger on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tracking a measles outbreak in Snohomish County, but first, Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
All right, Aaron, this report brought to us by the Tacoma Home and Garden Show. Up in Everett, North 5 and Lowell Road, we've got a collision. It's on your right shoulder. Traffic jams up at the scene, and you're backed up to the Boeing Freeway. This is your only backup between Everett and Marysville. We're still looking good getting to Everett from both Seattle and Bellevue. South 5 heading into Seattle, you're looking good. It gets heavy there at the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, 20 to 25 minutes. North 5, scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal. It's about 25 minutes to clear downtown. Our lake bridges are wide open. Westbound 520, you're going to jam up at Montlake Boulevard. Seattle to Federal Way is up to 50 minutes of your typical backup starting near MLK Junior Way. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is up to 50. Bumper to bumper at State Route 18 into Sumner in the south end. Westbound 18 is solid from State Route 167. And I-5, and in Tacoma, southbound 705, that ramp to North 5, we just cleared an earlier crash, and that is back all clear right now. The Tacoma Home and Garden Show presented by Puyallup Chocolates, January 29th. That's today through February 1st at the Tacoma Dome. For info and discount tickets, go to TacomaHomeandGardenShow.com. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Health officials in Snohomish County say it is too early to see how bad a measles outbreak becomes. Public Health Department confirms 3 new cases, now bringing the total to 6. Health Officer Dr. James Lewis says the latest case involves an unvaccinated child.
That they were exposed to a case here locally that we don't know about. And that's really concerning because that means there's probably other incidences of transmission occurring locally that we're not aware of.
Lewis says the sick child was contagious when they attended service at the Slavic Christian Church Awakening in Mukilteo. That was on January 18th. Seattle police are now getting new guidance on federal immigration actions. Mayor Katie Wilson says officers will not help with immigration enforcement, but they will document incidents and check federal agents' credentials if they are called to a scene. The mayor is also rolling out what she calls a new Stand Together Seattle plan that urges property owners to require warrants for access. She's also ordering a citywide review to limit how data is shared. A group of Seahawks fans are taking their 12's pride to new heights. KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey says they're raising money to fly a 12th man flag over San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge on Super Bowl weekends.
It's Tansley Allen's dream to make a 35 by 35 foot 12 flag and fly it over the city by the bay Super Bowl weekend.
Because this is really like for the 12s. This is for the 12s to be part of something. Like, everybody is priced out of tickets. Like, the tickets are astronomical. So many fans would love to be there and they can't.
So far, she has a plane and a pilot lined up. She's raising money on a GoFundMe page to pay for the $3,000 per flight price tag. Flying Super Bowl Sunday will cost $30,000. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
We now know how Mariners fans can watch games this season. The team announcing the launch of Mariners TV. It's available on streaming, cable, and satellites. Streaming only option will cost you about $100 for the season, $19.99 monthly. Mariners will announce more specifics on cable and satellite options closer to opening day. For your weather, we are looking at cloudy skies this afternoon and light rain off and on this afternoon. Rain at times tomorrow, mainly dry for Saturday. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it.
Yeah.
Recently, there was a death in our family.
Oh, boy.
He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again.
Oh, no.
See, when you come out of those up-tempo damn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but... No. Damn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone?
Down on the phone. Oof.
Okay, I want a damn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a up-tempo record every time I do a damn death dedication. This is the last damn time I want somebody use his brain to not come out of a damn record that is that's up-tempo, and I gotta talk about a dog dying.
The dog had a name. The dog had a name. Her name was Snuggles. It's not about Don producing. It's not about photos. It's not about tempo records. Dog lost his life. Come on, Casey. Thank you for that, Andrew. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Do they still want to be associated with this show?
Unlikely.
1-888-973-5476. Too late. We already cashed the check. My voice is back. Oh, how I suffered for the Mariners, and the rest of you did for the Seahawks, and the rest of you did as well. I was looking down to see the continuing rumors that Rick Riss was forced out.
That's right.
Sorry about my voice the last couple of days. All right, let's see. Are we ready to go? Joe and I ran in here late. We weren't ready. Are we ready?
Ready.
Ready? Hello. Oh. She's on the ground. She's on the ground. I bought the stupid little
Lazy Susan.
Get Don on the phone. Is Don on the phone? I bought that thing
on the phone.
Get Don on the phone. Get him, because I bought that thing for $36 on Amazon, and then somebody took it and turned it into a thing for the Seahawks.
Well,
how many times have I said put Teeny on that?
Next, after the Super Bowl.
All right, here we go. All the news, I believe, has been condensed down to 2 pages with a stapler, because why?
Class.
High class. The media manipulates. Don't trust your eyes. I'll talk about that in a sec. Plus, days in history. Boy, we're going to try to do 3, Joe?
I thought 2, but okay.
Well, whatever. I don't know.
Oh.
Because it's about Kansas. And it was the other one we did. What else did we choose?
McKinley.
Oh, McKinley. Yeah, McKinley. Yeah. Okay. He was the first one to do this?
Yes, he was.
Wow, that's a tease.
Thank you, gassy old lady. Then he died, too.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yep. Shot by some crazy, was he Armenian? Algerian?
We should find out.
Yeah. Let's see. Oklahoma, it wants strippers to have this before they start taking off all their clothes. Now, when they're nude, do they have to have proof of it?
You would think so.
We'll find out. Plus, the Joe wants to go way back. 2006, the 14 arrested in the raid at Rick's Strip Club. The historic strip club back in business. And what brought that on? You know, I want to know is, where's the stripper pole that was famous at Rick's? Where did that thing end up when they went in there and tore the whole place apart?
Surely nobody threw it away.
There's a piece of history for you. Plus, Claudia Balducci. Balducci's coming in here again. Last time she was in here, she was asking for your vote, which, of course, is the kiss of death on this show. But we'll talk light rail because she wants me to ride on the light rail, Andrew. The one going across the I-90 bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, we'll also talk to her about ICE and a bunch of other stuff as well. If you happen to have a question for Claudia Balducci from King County Council, you can always text us at the Muckleshoot Resort text line. We'd love to hear from you. 1-888-973-5476. Thank you, Claudia, for coming in. Plus, let's see. There seems to be sort of a bit of a truce going on in Minneapolis. They send Holman in there, recognized by the Obama administration as being a really good dude. Remember, he might go in there with that medal that Obama put around his neck. So he's gone in there. Things seem to be calming down a little bit until Bruce Springsteen comes along and writes a really great song to get everybody all fired up again. Because whenever you mix music and politics, you know what you get? More politics. It's a quote from my friend Dan Flynn. Let's see. We are blessed by the Pope when it comes to the Super Bowl. That's good news, I hope. And Coach McDonald's quote reaches Super Bowl ads. Oh, that's good. I didn't see that part. I have to get to those.
Plenty of time.
Reading the stories in the commercial break. Let's see what else. And this idea of the 32-hour work week sounds great. One more way to destroy the state of Washington. By the way, this was proposed by Mr. Sean Scott, who is a socialist. So what do you know? 17 new restaurants in Washington or in Seattle have closed. We'll do sort of a obituary for those, and then come on, everybody, stop calling it SeaTac. We've got to get on board. It's SEA. Come on, it's SEA, not SeaTac. SeaTac. Tacoma, the TAC in SeaTac, very upset about this, and they don't want you to all of a sudden go SEA. But the branding is just not taking off the way it is. Same way, still call it the Key Arena, and then CenturyLink. Like the stuff gets in there, and then you're like, somebody else paid $10 million, whatever, to have their name on there. Stuff just keeps sticking the way it used to be.
Quest Field, Safeco Field. So I catch myself saying those sometimes.
What is it? T-Mobile?
Now it's T-Mobile, yeah.
Right. When you hear T-Mobile, do you think, the T-Mobile Park, I think I want to go over and switch over to T-Mobile. I'm going to, hold on. Hey, Verizon, let's switch over to T-Mobile. The amount of money they spend on those types of endorsements and sponsorship, it's like, does it really work out for them in the end? I guess if you have T-Mobile, you're like, hey, look, they've got the magenta colors up. I'm glad I've got the phone.
Occasionally there's perks. I think even I have no idea what they are, but I know there's a couple. If you have T-Mobile and you go to T-Mobile Park, you get better
Heard
Wi-Fi.
it, move on. Wait, hold on. You haven't heard that. Plus, I was there when my phone was dying because I want to take video and send it to you during the game on Sunday.
That's not T-Mobile.
Well, T-Mobile has a thing there at the stadium where you can charge your phone. But I was like, do I get over there and I go to charge it? And the guy's coming over to me with the polo shirt on to talk to me about how much better T-Mobile is.
That was the problem. You ran out of power.
I always run out of power on that thing. So I depend on Rye. Hey, Rye, shoot the video and send it over to Joe. I'm watching the game. The national shutdown is going to be happening on Friday. At least my daughter has gotten back to me. I will not be involved in it. Are you walking out on Friday?
No, I'm just not going to come in.
Okay.
It's not a walkout. You just don't show.
Oh, you for the whole day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sending you over Charlie's.
I got it.
Okay, there. You get in touch with her. Yeah, explains I'm not going to be here. Why his absence is not to protest ICE. So the entire day, people are supposed to take off because of ICE?
Yep.
Just be out on the streets? Okay.
No, I think it's more of like don't engage, don't spend any money, don't go to work, don't go to school. Just stay home.
That'll show them. Yeah. All right. By the way, when the gong at the very beginning, I was thinking, can we get the gong at the end to give it a sense of kind of bookend it, make it seem real?
How do I tell when it's the end?
When you throw your stack of papers?
Throw all my papers at the thing.
That's the cue?
There you go. Just like that. Not too soon. All right. I was thinking. Yellow journalism is not really yellow. When you peel back, it's actually green. William Randolph Hearst, one of Joe's favorites, loved Cuba. Yes. More than he loved the facts. Mr. Hearst had all sorts of BS stories about how horrible Spain was, blaming them for a number of things they didn't do, hoping to drive public opinion to push the U.S. into war against Spain. Most people don't even remember this particular war. But before any Americans lost their lives, I think 400 died in battle, about 2,300 died from diseases. Mr. Hearst was selling about 100 to 200,000 papers a day. War breaks out. Amazing. April 25th, 1898. And you know what happens? Well, Hearst's yellow journalism turns into some big green because now he's selling 400,000 papers a day. That's good for him. The hell with the 400 that died and the 2,300 that died of disease. That didn't matter to Hearst because the media loves war. They love taking sides. Hearst allegedly told his illustrator, "You furnish the pictures and I'll furnish the war." Photos and pictures are so important to sway public opinion. Stalin was often shown as walking alone, even though he had a number of people beside him. But often they had to Photoshop those guys out because they were executed by Stalin. So it's best not to have them in there to remind the widow of what happened. Also, it made Stalin look extremely strong and independent on his own, just walking along with nobody anywhere near him. They often tried to keep all the bodyguard shots out of there as well because they didn't want anybody to think somebody wants to kill Stalin. No way, no how. The media did the exact same thing with Nixon. They needed to show Nixon as evil and mean, right, and tired. So any kind of photo they could get of him would be dark and distorted to make him look like he was really suffering under the weight of all of his bad decisions. They made sure that the angles of the photo were taken in such a way that Nixon looked evil and mean and tired. Compare that to the photos they took of JFK, you can see a striking difference. So you provide the image and I'll provide the news. That's basically the way it works. Think about when Al Gore was on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. Al Gore appeared a little engorged. Later on, when Rolling Stone was asked about it, they said, yes, we did highlight some parts of the photo. That's all they said, nothing else. There's Al and little Al. Now looking at that. Look at that. Well, those of you that are watching on YouTube, enjoy. The rest of you that are back there in the old dark ages of radio without photos, sorry, just imagine Al Gore slightly engorged. Okay. So photos sell papers, they sell clicks, and it sells everything on social. This is the weirdest one that you could find recently. I think it just happened a couple of days ago. MSNBC, which is now just MS, got caught. They changed the photo of the man that was shot and killed there in Minneapolis. Alex Preddy? Yes. So there he is. That's the photo that was taken of him. That's the actual photo. And then on the one on the right, it's odd that MS decided to do this. So here's what they changed. His nose, his mouth, his teeth, his skin color. They made him appear to be larger as well and a bit stronger. Why? To make him more attractive? To make him more sympathetic? Who knows? Who cares? The important thing is that yellow journalism is all about the greenbacks. So the only way to demand that news give us the facts is to give the news the finger. Not the middle finger, but the index finger. That would be the one that would click on something that would ring the cash register for them, but distort the news for all the rest of us. There you go. Thank you. Well done.
That seemed like way too many pages.
What do you mean?
Did you throw everything?
Oh, Lord. No, that's it. That's all. Yeah. I'm just writing like 3 words. See that? You can see how I've tried to scribble down my notes.
Oh, yeah. You got about 3 words per line and about 5 lines per page.
Yeah. Okay. Questions, comments. Oh, Charlie wants to know, what do you want to talk about? Just tell her to come on the radio. Her brother's on the radio all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
This is your dog.
I got to give it. She's giving me my excuse for not being here on Friday and Saturday. Yeah, this is just a quick personal note. She loves this particular artist, Gregory Allen Iverson, and she would send me songs all the time. Dad, I love this guy. I love this guy. He's the greatest. I just absolutely love him. So I went out to Remlinger Farms and took her to that concert. It was the first time in I think I talked about it in the air.
She's got my back.
I think this is.
She'll follow me down every street.
This might be Amsterdam.
Yep.
No matter what my crime.
Everything's in a minor key. No refrains. Just straight poetry. So she said, Dad, he's coming to New York City to play with a symphony. I was like, oh, really? Oh, my God, that would be amazing. That'd be amazing. You're a fan. I'm a fan. Let's go. So I hang up the phone with her back in October. I go online. I'm clicking around. I was like, oh, my God, look at the price of the tickets. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And then the flights to New York and the hotel and everything else. I thought, can't take it with you. It's the exact same price as the tickets I paid for the Seahawks game for a ride.
Is it tomorrow night?
Saturday.
Oh, good. So there's no chance he's going to walk out.
No, he won't. I learned how to play all this on the guitar, too. It's all A minor.
Very expensive January for you.
I know. We need more sponsors. Where's Buc-ee's? We're playing that song for about the 1% of people that know Gregory Allen Iverson.
The last time it came up, we got a shocking number of people texting in that are big.
Yeah, it is great. It's great. All right, Nathan, checking traffic. Nathan.
Here I am, North 5 up in Everett at Lowell Road. A collision's on your right shoulder. Traffic slows from the Boeing Freeway to the scene, even though it isn't blocking. And this has eastbound 526 now packed, leaving the Boeing factory over to I-5 as drivers are stacking up, waiting to hop onto North 5. So Everett to Marysville, still a 10-minute typical commute because this is the only backup between these two cities. South 5 is packed from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90, Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes. North 5 scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal. Plan on a half hour to make it through this. Seattle to Federal Way, we're pushing 55 minutes now. Your backup starts at MLK Junior Way, and it's a hefty one all the way down to 516. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. You're solid from Southeast 8th to the Renton Landing. Westbound 18, bumper to bumper between the Valley Freeway and I-5. And on the water, the Port Townsend Coopville Ferry route has low tide cancellations, including the 3:30 coming up and the 5:15 out of Port Townsend and the 4:15 and 6 o'clock out of Coopville. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
How about a simple New Year's resolution that is guaranteed to succeed? I'm talking about reversing your hair loss. This is quick. It's easy. It's one day. It's a hair loss solution from Advanced Hair that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and it's even guaranteed to grow. You've got world-class Dr. Alan Perungo and the rest of his top-rated team there at Advanced Hair, and they've recently been crowned 425 Business of the Year 2 years in a row. So if you notice your hair is beginning to thin, if it's going bald in the back, get some photos of yourself, compare from the last couple of years, and you notice, woo, boy, I am really thinning out there. I've got some bad news. The bad news is it's not coming back. The good news is you get a fuller head of hair right there from Advanced Hair. If this is the New Year's resolution that is guaranteed to achieve, you can celebrate the New Year's with Advanced Hair. Get $250 off, 250 free hair grafts. Just set up a free consultation at 425-449-8185 or visit advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Doubted.
More questions about Sam Darnold.
Underestimated.
I would say 10-7.
Questioned at every turn.
The question mark on this team is the offensive line.
We did not care. It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do. And now we're going to the Super Bowl.
The only place you'll hear Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/plan to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/plan for 20% off. trustandwill.com/PLAN.
You know, it's frustrating. You work your tail off for 40 plus years. The government takes 30 or 40% in taxes. Then they turn right around and waste it. Americans are getting fed up, and that's why they're taking advantage of tax planning. Charlie Harger here. Tax planning could significantly reduce your taxes, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. Learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire with free retirement tax savings analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions. If you've saved more than $300,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-1350. Don't pay the government one more dime than you need to. You need to call the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. Call 206-210-1350, 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are, as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo, and this just in. U.S. senators have reached a deal to avert a government shutdown. This is according to Democratic leader Chuck Schumer. He says this is a bipartisan measure. They've been arguing over funding for the Department of Homeland Security following deadly shootings involving federal agents in Minneapolis. Washington U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell.
I've talked to many Washingtonians, and they're very worried about what's transpired in Minnesota. They're very worried about what's transpired in Minnesota because they think that someone has lost their life that didn't need to lose their life.
More from CBS's Ed O'Keefe at the Capitol.
When it comes to funding for Homeland Security, Democrats may extract some notable policy concessions out of Republicans in the coming days that would require a change in behavior for immigration-related personnel across the country. The possibility that they would have to take their masks off and put on body cameras at some point in the near future, that they would follow the same codes of conduct as local and state law enforcement.
Senate GOP leadership is now trying to schedule a vote for tonight. They will need to reach a deal by midnight Friday to avert that partial shutdown. There is a debate in Olympia this session over student cell phone use in schools. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi explains.
Democratic State Senator Marco Lias is behind a bill that would prohibit cell phone use during class time.
Student device use and student device access is harming their learning and harming the development of our young people.
But high school senior Julie Che is concerned about safety.
With the current prevalence of school shootings in public schools, it scares me to think about the possibility of being unable to contact anyone.
The bill, which is in committee, had a public hearing Thursday, but no action was taken. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Oh, the look is locked in for Super Bowl 60. The uniform matchup is set. The Seahawks will be wearing all blue for the big game, helmets, jerseys, and pants. They have won 70 out of 100 games with that color combination. As for the Patriots, they will be wearing all white. They went 5-0 this season in white jerseys and pants. Something's got to give. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 3:32. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both 55-minute drives. I-5 scattered backups between Shoreline and Linwood. 405, we're filling in between Kirkland and Canyon Park. South 5 heading into Seattle, doing pretty good. You're going to eventually jam up about Northeast 50th, and that carries steady down to about I-90. Linwood to Seattle, just 20 minutes. North 5 has scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal Bridge. Of course, Revive I-5 blocks 2 left lanes there. Plan on about a half hour to make it through downtown Seattle. This backup has westbound 520 jammed up at Montlake Boulevard. Seattle to Federal Ways at 55 minutes. We've got a hefty backup that starts near the Boeing Access Road and goes all the way down to State Route 516. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. It's solid from South Bellevue to the Renton Landing. And let's see, the Renton to Puyallup right now is at 50 minutes. It's really heavy south of 18 into Puyallup. And other than that, we're just looking at typical backups really around the sound. The support brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Confident winter driving starts at Subaru of Puyallup. Find stress-free pricing at SubaruofPuyallup.com and enjoy stress-free buying experience at Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Now to your forecast. Cloudy right now, showers today, and again for tomorrow. Mainly dry for Saturday, then rain again on Sunday. Right now, 50 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Home comfort lines when it comes to heating and cooling. There's our heater over here. We need home comfort lines to get into the studio. It is either 350 degrees below zero or 350 degrees above zero here.
Today feels kind of mild.
You okay today?
Yeah.
Mild?
Yeah, that's good.
Tempered?
You do not even wear pants.
But I always bring a sweatshirt just in case.
Thank you, Teeny.
Something I can take off.
There we go. Home comfort
I
lines.
have my dress on back.
Okay, Teeny, that's enough out of you. HomeComfortAlliance.com. I just, during the commercial break, called my daughter, who I don't want it, but taking her, flying her to New York, hotel, dinner. Can you come on the radio? For what? To talk about the concert we're going to and the fact that I'm spending money on you and I spent money on Rye. What did she say?
She said she was busy. First
she said busy.
She said she had a dinner thing, which could be
Could
work
work
related.
thing, work related. Yep.
I have a watch party I'm going to for a television show called, what's the show? Aaron, you know the show, the reality show called Traitors. That's what it's called.
I don't know it.
Yeah, well, it's very popular. But yes, she's going to watch a TV show with her friends.
And I said, and Joe yelled at her, and then she has now
she's agreed to come on.
Acquiesced to the demands. This day in history. My daughter is no longer a spoiled brat. It's my own fault.
Yep.
1843, a future president and first president to ride in a car, William McKinley, known as, I think, Ida's husband. He was born. Nobody seems to care. There's no birthday. We don't get a day off for the guy. 1945, Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven is published. 1861, Kansas enters the Union. Yeah. Now another day we celebrate. Why don't we get off for that day?
You say it was a very big deal.
Yeah, it was. Peter, Paul, and Mary sing their first recorded. They signed their first contract in 1962. Dr. Strangelove premieres. Ever seen it? It's been around since 64. Nope. 1964. George W. Bush describes Iraq and Iran and North Korea as the axis of evil in 2002. Okay, here's why Kansas is so important. So the ongoing battle over whether or not the United States should be pro or anti-slavery. So they know that Kansas wants to get into the Union. So what they say is, I'll tell you what, we're going to do this. We'll let you vote. Let you vote as to whether or not you want to be a slave state or not, because we're progressing towards the West. So they had this 1854. You had the Kansas and Nebraska Act. And they said that the settlers could then vote and decide. Well, what happened was a whole bunch of people from the South went up there, and they're like, yeah, we're going to be in Kansas. And then a bunch of people from New England that were anti-slave, they were like, we show up, park the car in the yard.
They didn't have a voter ID requirement?
You don't need that. Same thing in Washington. What happened was a bunch of folks in the South started beating people up, setting stuff on fire. They burned down the newspaper. The folks from New England went there and they formed militia. And then you would have these different battles. The famous one called the Bleeding Kansas. And at that point, people were like, man, this is not going to get settled anyway soon. A couple of good things that came out of it, if you care. The Republican Party was formed shortly before. And Kansas got in. And then I think about 3 or 4 years later, that was it. The Civil War began. There you go. You get that?
Got it.
All right. So that's why Kansas is important.
We won that war, by the way.
The North.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Oh, let's see. McKinley. McKinley, nice guy. Did a lot of campaigning from his back porch in Ohio. And he wanted to keep America on the gold standard. He was one of the 3 presidents to be assassinated, and he was the first to ride in a car. That's all I got on that guy. Anything else?
He was assassinated by Leon Frank, and I can't even try his last name.
That guy thought he had dreams about McKinley, and let me see if I get all this right. He was having dreams about McKinley. He was later on sent to an insane asylum. And I think he shot McKinley as he was coming out or going into a building or something.
He was at the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York.
Yep, he was in New York. Yep. And fired a shot from a revolver, and I think and McKinley died a couple of days later from the injuries. Correct?
Correct. Gangrene.
Oh, gangrene got him?
Yep.
Okay. There you go. I know a lot about a little bit of stuff. But I noticed recently is you can't just jump in with facts while you're in the middle of a conversation with somebody, because nobody wants to be corrected on anything. I was over a little pizza place the other day and said, well, I think that's the capital of Alaska. And I was like, yeah, I know the capital of Alaska.
You mean a conversation you weren't a part of?
No, I'm just sitting there.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, Anchorage, that's the capital. That's the biggest. Oh, my God, I got to hold myself back. I'm holding back. Well, because Anchorage being the capital of Alaska. It's not, it's Juneau. I'm sorry. I'm buzzing in on this one. It's Juneau. Juneau's the capital of Alaska. The guy looks like, all right, well, whatever. It's like, just let you know. Just let you know.
You get mad when I do it on the air, even though, I'm just trying to make sure we're
Keep the
giving out
show
all the
moving
facts.
along. Yeah. All right, let's see. We will talk about Oklahoma and the fact that strippers have to have this in Oklahoma. I would assume this would be the case with most. I have a very, 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 very good friend who was a stripper in New York City. And that came as a complete shock to me. She did it for 12 years or something like that. 14 years. I have to ask her if she had to have a license.
She said some kind of Guinness World Record, didn't she?
I don't think they give that license. Possibly she could get in for that. By the way, what I did learn from her is when the stripper, Joe, this is for you because you go to those clubs. When you say, "Can I buy you a drink?"
It's not true.
The stripper gets half of whatever it is, and normally it's like $25 for the drink, and it's water.
Is it?
Yeah, they're not actually drinking real alcohol. They give, like, if you say, Bambi, can I get I'd like to buy Bambi a drink or Barbie a drink, and then the person.
The stripper gets.
The stripper gets half the money. The house gets the one half. They get the other, and normally it's water. You're paying $25 for a thing of water. I learned that from her. And then we'll get to the fact that Joe's somehow also fixated on Rick's Strip Club, and we are putting a call out for where did some of the merchandise from that famous strip club there go.
There's
And then
nothing
Claudia
you will not blame me for.
Okay, fine. Anybody have any text messages at the Muckleshoot Resort text line at 1-888-973-5476 for Claudia Balducci?
I'll find out.
Okay, fine. Let's go to Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, Seattle to Everett, 55 minutes. Scattered backups from Northgate now into Linwood. Bellevue to Everett also at 55. And it's pretty solid from Kirkland into Canyon Park. But, you're close to freeway speeds here. Up in Everett, eastbound 526, we're bumper to bumper, leaving the Boeing factory over to I-5. North 5 is still slow from the Boeing freeway up to Highway 2. Everett to Marysville, still under 10 minutes. South 5 into Seattle is packed at the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. It's about 20 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. North 5, scattered backups now, starting closer to the Michigan curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. 35 minutes to make it through this backup. Seattle to Federal Way is at 55. Your backup starts at the Boeing Access Road, and it's heavy all the way down to State Route 516, and then suddenly you're going to clear out. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, we're up to 55 minutes. It's pretty solid now from north to south at State Route 18. This turns into bumper-to-bumper volumes into Puyallup. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Doubted. More questions about Sam Darnold.
Underestimated.
I would say 10 and 7.
Questioned at every turn. The question mark on this team is the offensive line.
We did not care. It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do. And now we're going to the Super Bowl.
The only place you'll hear Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in one day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and the results can last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. Using your own natural hair, Advanced Hair can restore your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning,
all backed by Advanced Hair's guarantee. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-OA.
1-800-DUI-OA! Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. I'm here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. So there are some folks who probably think that they are in the clear because they haven't been hounded by IRS agents for the last few weeks. But that is a false sense of comfort.
It's a false sense of comfort. And I understand why people feel that way, Jason, because with the IRS shut down, all the revenue agents, the auditors, the revenue officers, the tax collectors, they weren't in their office. And the IRS stopped sending out notices because they knew that, people just couldn't respond to them because there weren't a lot of IRS personnel around. And so you get comfortable, you get complacent. But I tell you, folks, really, if you got an IRS issue, it's better to take care of it now than later. It really is.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967. Or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
Cold is leaking and rocks are moving and moon is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
At Madrona Financial and CPAs, we believe there are 7 steps that must be taken in preparation for a successful retirement. Retirement needs more than just a basic income plan. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Lionel Richie. And Earth, Wind, and Fire. The tour continues. Seattle, you're invited to sing a song all night long. Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Together in one magical night you don't want to miss. Climate Pledge Arena, August 3rd. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Comes sweeping down the plain and the waving.
I was in this play. This musical.
That's why I have this music ready to go every time.
I was just a cowboy.
That's right.
Bad summer stock. What's that they're doing? That was my line. What's that they're doing? Oh, this here? Well, this is called the two-step. Well, Everything's up to date in Kansas City. They won't gone about as far as they could go. They went to build a skyscraper 7 stories high. Whoa, my, that's as high as a building ought to go. I'm in the back like this, just moving back and forth. Like, let me get out of here. Oh, God. Find the what's that? This year's called the 2-step. Think everything's up to date in Kansas City. And the director was like, okay, so I just need somebody to deliver the line. What's that they're doing there? And I was the only guy that sounded like a cowboy. Let's just put it that way.
There's so many songs. What's the lyric again?
You mean you were the only straight guy?
The farmer's gonna be friends. What's that?
You mean you're the only straight guy?
Okay, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
He's like, okay, why don't you try it? What's that they're doing there? Like, anybody else? What's that they're doing there? He's like, okay, how about you in the back? What's that they're doing there? Okay, it'll be you. You're gonna be you. That's your line. That's how you got the part.
Attaboy.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why I didn't get the job. You sound more like a farmer. That's it. Farmers and the Cowboys can't be friends. Okay. You find it, Andrew? No. All right, we'll have to find a little bit later. Big news is that in Oklahoma, that's why Andrew played that, and that's why I went off on that long tangent, looking to require licenses for strippers. So they could collect money, I'm assuming, that they would be verified by the state of Oklahoma as legitimate strippers. It's just one more way of collecting, I assume, fees and taxes from people that obviously have deep pockets, or in this case, have nothing on.
Well, Rihanna in Arlington points out she worked at the original Rick's the year it was closed down, and then Random Clubs for 10 years. Frank Jr. still owns Kittens in Georgetown. He was part of the big bust. But she says that everyone in Seattle has to have a business license to dance. And Seattle doesn't allow alcohol, so you're paying $20 for every soda.
Ah, yeah, I knew that part of it. A friend of mine was involved in that bust, and they were doing undercover work for I don't know how long, a long time. So he originally gets in there. They said,
we're going to need a couple more weeks, boss.
No, he said that after a while, and I forget what job he had there. He said after a while, he was like, I didn't feel like I was even working for the, for the police. I felt like I was just working at a strip club. Like all of a sudden, if you're there doing undercover for like 2 days or something, then you bust them. Yeah. But he said every day he's like, all right, see you, honey, going to work. Into the club.
Did he enjoy his time?
No, he hated it. He just is dark and gross, and all the people in there were just sort of sad. I like how we refer to those places as gentlemen's clubs. Yeah, a lot of gentlemen in there.
I mean,
sir, would you mind taking the top hat off?
Can I take your monocle?
So, yes, somebody, I believe you dropped this monocle when they were doing a lap dance on your filthy pants. Trousers. I'm sorry, you're a gentleman. You find it, Andrew? Because I'm letting loose on Cowboy. No.
Somebody said, hey, this Oklahoma thing is hype. Keep it going.
Okay, fine. That's it. So Claudia Balducci coming in, our King County Councilwoman. It's nice to have her stop in after her last appearance there in that chair, looking for votes.
That's right. She's not running for anything, so no danger.
That's right. They can't impeach her. Here comes Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
By the way, they serve alcohol at the Deja Vu up at Lake City Way.
Okay, he's had all the answers today.
Thank you.
Yep. Seattle to Everett, 45 minutes after you get over the Ship Canal Bridge. It's solid between Shoreline and South Everett now, starting at 145th and Shoreline. Bellevue to Everett, 55 minutes. You're filling in between Kirkland and Canyon Park. Nothing too heavy yet. Up in Everett, eastbound 526 is still jam-packed, leaving the Boeing factory over to I-5 because of a backup North 5. North 5 into Seattle, scattered backups from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. This is going to be real close to becoming a solid back here probably in the next 10 minutes or so. It's going to take you a little over a half hour to make it through downtown Seattle. Bellevue to Renton, plan on 40 minutes. We're thick between Mid-Bellevue and Northeast 44th near the VMAC. And northbound 405 slows now from South Center to the VMAC. South Center to Bellevue is pushing 25 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. It's a long, complicated name. It's the place you go to get rid of the pain. That's the best way to describe it. If you are thinking about making that appointment with that doctor because you got to go under the surgeon's knife because you got a bad shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is. In my case, it was a bad hip. Before you do that, and I'm sure it's a fine doctor, and I'm sure they've told you, well, it's going to have pretty good results for you. I talked to a guy yesterday on the phone who said that when he went in to possibly have his shoulder worked on, the guy said, well, chances of getting all the movement back, you're looking at about 15%. So that particular gentleman said, wait, before I do that, I'm going to go see Dr. Mark Wagner. He's done 20,000 stem cell procedures. It's a 90-minute outpatient procedure, and Wagner is the guy to see. So when people say, oh, I got a guy, they're talking about Dr. Mark Wagner for a shoulder, an elbow, an ankle, a wrist, a knee, a hip, whatever it is. If you've got problems and you're thinking about surgery, you owe it to yourself to go see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD.com. That's Dr. Mark Wagner, MD.com.
Holy smokes! For 40 years, he's been part of the soundtrack of summer across the Pacific Northwest.
The Griffeys with back-to-back home runs!
KIRO Newsradio congratulates Rick Riz.
Everybody scores!
Season 41 may be his last, but it promises to be one to remember.
The modern-day Bambino, Cal Raleigh.
We can't wait. From KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday.
All right, your car repair is going to run about $3,000.
Ugh.
Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma Money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank, Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
The G and Ursula Show.
We going to the Super Bowl.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
I have been told about Woodstock
and how it was just peace, love, and hair grease. That was the energy amongst Seahawk fans everywhere.
People were doubting Sam Darnold. He had the game of his lifetime.
The game of his life. He won 14 games with the Minnesota Vikings last season, and he won 14 games with the Seahawks this season.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
File your taxes for free with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. File on your own in the Credit Karma app by February 28th. Valid for those who didn't file with TurboTax last year.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A Senate Democratic source says a deal has been reached to avert a government shutdown while negotiations continue over reforms to immigration enforcement in the wake of the Minneapolis shooting deaths. The latest from CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
Democrats want federal agents to take off their masks, put on body cameras, and operate by the same standards as state and local police.
We'll work in a very bipartisan way, I believe, not to have a shutdown. We don't want a shutdown.
The president isn't resisting those demands, and Republicans on Capitol Hill acknowledge ICE agents need to show more restraint.
I'm willing to entertain some reforms to make sure that we rein in ICE appropriately and make it more professional.
That's Republican South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Tom Homan, President Trump's new man in charge of the immigration operation in Minneapolis, is on the ground. Homan says President Trump wants the situation fixed, and he is going to fix it. CBS's Ian Lee.
One thing he pointed out in particular that could help that situation is if a person is arrested, an undocumented migrant, and they are arrested by local authorities, instead of releasing them into the public, release them to ICE. He says then that reduces this friction that we've seen. One ICE official can arrest that one person.
Former Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson is sentenced to 20 years in prison for killing Sonia Massey in her Central Illinois home. She had called 911 for help. Grayson shot her when he says he felt threatened by a pot of boiling water. Massey's mother, Donna, saying after today's sentencing,
I am ecstatic. I'm happy. We did it. All of us together.
The National Weather Service says Arctic air moving into the southeast will cause temperatures to plunge into the teens tomorrow night in cities like Nashville, hit by power outages after that massive snow and ice storm last weekend. In Indianapolis, Kyle Boyd is with the Department of Public Works.
This was a historic snowstorm. I believe it was the 12th largest two-day snowstorm in the city's history, and it's not going away anytime soon with these temperatures.
If you want to live a long life, a new study published by the American Association for the Advancement of Science says, pick the right ancestors.
How much of longevity is hereditary? More than previously thought, says researcher Ben Shenhar.
The first studies that talked about the heritability of lifespan found about 20-25%. We had studies coming out that said even 10%. And our study find that it's around 50%.
But that doesn't mean you're doomed or destined to live as long as your parents. Shenhar points out that the other 50% determining longevity lies within your power through your health and lifestyle choices. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to the official 48 Hours After Show post-mortem on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, Seattle's mayor prepares for a surge in ICE enforcement. Details after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
It's getting busy out there, Aaron. Seattle Sports has our update. Seattle to Everett, 45 minutes after you cross the Ship Canal Bridge. Bellevue to Everett, we're pushing an hour. Up in Everett, we've got some problems. Eastbound 526 is improving, but it's still slow. Approaching Evergreen Way over to I-5, and now North 5 is taking on that earlier Boeing Freeway traffic, and it's getting heavy up to Highway 2. So Everett to Marysville, still taking about 10 minutes, but southbound I-5 approaching the Boeing Freeway. We have a new crash blocking your right lane. Heading into Seattle, South 5 at 520, a crash takes up your right lane. This is right in the middle of a thick backup from the U District down to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, we're up to a half hour. North 5 scattered backups from the Michigan curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. 35 minutes to make it through this. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is a 55-minute drive. We have a solid backup now from Renton all the way to Puyallup. And in Stanwood, South 5 at the State Route 532 interchange, a crash has taken up 2 of your left lanes. And right now we're seeing a 2-mile bumper-to-bumper backup. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson is out with some new directives to deal with federal immigration authorities. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi has more on that.
Wilson is directing Seattle police to verify reports of immigration enforcement activity and to document it with in-car and body-worn video. Her plan bars federal agents from using city-owned property for civil immigration enforcement. City plans to invest $4 million in community and legal support for immigrant families. Wilson says at this point there is no sign of a sudden surge in ICE or Border Patrol activity. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
New this hour, the city of Seattle has just been found in negligence in the 2020 chop shooting death of a 16-year-old. Seattle Times reports the city must pay more than $30 million to the family of Antonio Mays Jr. According to the Post-Millennial, a jury ruled the city created a dangerous situation by abandoning the East Police Precinct. Mays Jr. was shot inside the protest zone. Police did not reach that scene for 5 hours. No arrests were ever made. 3 more cases of measles have been confirmed in Snohomish County. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha with the update.
So here's the breakdown of cases in Snohomish County according to their dashboard. 6 confirmed cases, 285 total named contacts, and among those, 71 people with unknown immune status or were just simply not immune. That was confirmed.
This last case was confirmed in a child who attended service at a church in Mukilteo. That was back on Sunday, January 18th. Mariners fans have a new way to watch games this season. Team is rolling out Mariners TV, available for streaming, cable, and satellite. Streaming runs about $100 for the full season, or $19.99 a month. Details on cable and satellite packages are still coming, and for radio listeners, 710 Seattle Sports remains the home of Mariners baseball. Weather update now. We are looking at cloudy skies, rain off and on today, more showers tomorrow, dry Saturday, scattered showers on Sunday. Right now, 50 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show.
Okay, get ready.
Thank you.
Write this down. Write it down. We're
I know, folks, it's been a long, long journey. I know people would want to say it's totally over. That would not be consistent with where the science is right now.
Thank you for that, Andrew. Voice from the past. Oh, Claudia Balducci back in the studio. Diving into the news. There we go. Oh, well, here you are.
Thanks for having me back.
Yes. You know, I was a fan. I said I'll vote for Claudia Balducci, and then that was pretty much it for you.
Sorry.
But I did endorse Katie Wilson.
I heard that. You said that you liked her directness, I believe.
I like your directness as well. No, well, I did that, but I voted for her because I want to see socialism work without murdering 100 million people. I don't think they have the capacity to murder 100 million. I think they're going to kill business. But the reason I wanted to see it done is because I want to go all in. Like, stop, this little, pity-patty stuff. Just let's go all in. Let's just, tax everybody. Let's provide all these services, and we'll just see how it goes. That's my philosophy. I mean, it's totally selfish on my part.
Mm-hmm. Well, now we're going to find out. We'll see how it works.
See? Are you endorsing socialism?
No. I'm from Bellevue.
There's the best line of the day right there. Yes, you are from Bellevue. All right, so let's talk personally just for a moment. So you run for King County Executive, and you don't win. What was it like as you were sort of getting some idea of like it's not coming in my favor? I'm not going to win this.
Right. Well, you've run for election.
I have.
You know that you.
I'm 1-0, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm 8-1. Okay. So I think I'm up there with America.
Yeah. World War I, World War II. Go ahead.
And so. It's a disappointment, and you have to sort of take it on board that this didn't work out. It really threw my all into it. Really, if you put your all into it.
You did.
But I'm still on the King County Council, And the things I care about, I'm still in a really strong position to do a lot for. So, like, I'll continue fighting for good transportation and housing and all the things, and public safety, all the things I ran on. So, you know, it is what it is. And a lot of people have said to me in one way or another, the cliche that, you know, when God closes a door, he opens a window. So I'm waiting to see where the window is.
Okay. Is it strange being on the council? It didn't get too personal with the two of you.
No, it didn't. It was a very professional, very issues-based campaign, and with our colleagues on the council always maintain professional relationships. We're a legislature of 9. We can't really afford to get too sideways with each other. You're going to need all those votes at one point or another.
Yes, exactly. So before God opens that window, looking back again, do you think if you could do it again, what would you have changed?
If I heard feedback on the campaign, it was that I could have drawn a sharper contrast and hit a little harder on the differences between us, and I could have maybe done that. It's not in my nature to really be very negative in campaigning. I never have been, and I've always done quite well. But you know, I think that we will see. So to your point about the voters voted in who they thought was going to represent what they wanted. Now they're going to find out. And so we're going to see, and hopefully the city mayor and the county executive do a really good job, and everybody's happy with what they get. But if they're not, then we get to say we have a different path that we would recommend.
I get it. You are here partly to rub my nose in the fact that the I-90 bridge with its trains are running.
They said it couldn't be done.
Well, did I say it couldn't be done?
I said they said it couldn't be done.
They all laughed at Christopher Columbus, didn't they? Yeah, I was driving back to Cle Elum to get out of King County, so you don't get my money, back to the Clum. And as I was driving by the other day, and I saw that train going. Yep. Wow, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, I got to ride on one. It goes 55 miles an hour. It's smooth as silk. It works very, very well.
Yeah. So when's it officially open?
March 28th. Mark your calendars. Please come out. It's going to be open to the public, and you'll be able to ride the 2-line a little earlier. The segment from the International District up to Linwood will be open sometime in February.
Yeah.
But then the whole thing opens March 28th.
I assume once it opens, then the people that are driving across the I-90 bridge will see just a remarkable amount of speed and ease about getting into Seattle.
You will be out of traffic. It will give, as has been said, it will give people an opportunity to make that trip without brake lights. And as you're driving by and see that train going and you're sitting in traffic, I think that'll be the marketing we need to get people who want to ride it.
Right, because it's only going to take 2 to 3% of people that are normally commuting that aren't even in their cars. They're getting out of their buses and getting on the train. So the guy sitting in the car who's basically paying for the entire thing, what you're hoping is that person goes, golly, I know I don't want to give. I love the autonomy and the freedom I have being in my car, being able to go where I want to go, when I want to go. But darn it all, I'm just going to get out of this car and get on that train.
Those trains are going to be packed. They are. We're projecting 50,000 riders a day, and I think we're going to hit it very early on because people love the train. They do. They love to ride it, and we get not just commuters, although we do get an awful lot of commuters. And by the way, those parking garages that we've built are going to fill up as well. We get a lot of people who want to go to the Mariners game, to the football games, on weekend travel. Seniors love to take the train so that they don't have to drive around downtown Seattle. It's going to be a popular means of travel.
I love filet mignon, but I don't want the taxpayers to pay for it. So, do you know me? I am adamantly against public transportation dollars being spent, I think, foolishly. And even WASDOT said, this is not about congestion. This is not about relieving congestion, which why not? That's what they're kind of involved in. They like the idea that they want to provide this public transportation because see is a build out. And you know the numbers when people say we'll do buses rather than trains, but then you don't get the development that comes with it. But just overall, the price tag is so high, and you wonder, well, what are you getting for the gigantic bill that every single taxpayer will have to be paying?
What you're getting is, with fixed route transit, is you're getting transit that is out of traffic. Buses are sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
The reason that WashDOT and Sound Transit don't ever claim, because they try to be honest, congestion relief.
I know they try.
Is because is because traffic grows as the region grows, and the region keeps growing.
Yeah.
So traffic is going to keep growing, but it's going to grow less than it would if we didn't have. It's really new capacity. These light rail trains are new capacity, and again, 50,000 riders is what's projected. That's not full capacity. We can have on 4-car trains a lot more people than that if they choose to ride.
Yeah.
It gives you an option.
Well, are you concerned? I mean, of course, we don't have the crystal ball, but so if Seattle continues in the way, if we hope socialism eventually wins in this, and you have more business moving to Bellevue, and you have less large employers pulling in 20,000 or 30,000 employees, well, then all of a sudden we've built in a direction where there will not be as much demand.
I don't foresee, I mean, maybe you see this differently. I don't foresee a world in which downtown Bellevue and downtown Seattle are no longer the metropolitan centers of King County.
No, certainly Bellevue.
Yeah.
Certainly Bellevue.
And it's a 20-minute ride in between those, reliably 20 minutes back and forth between downtown Bellevue and downtown Seattle. The major employers, the ones who are banking on having offices in Seattle and also building offices in Bellevue, like Amazon, like Microsoft, they all wanted this facility. They wanted this because it is something that the employees, the talent that they want to recruit, expects that they will have a metropolitan mass transit system in a place where they want to live. So it is actually something that helps businesses attract talent.
Right.
And that's why the major industries were all in favor of the light rail lines. I think you will find...
Not Kemper Friedman.
Yeah, I haven't qualified him as major industry, but you're correct. Kemper was not a fan. Not a fan of the light
he
rail.
wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
Yeah.
How's he feeling these days about it?
I haven't talked to him in a while, but I don't think he'll ever come along. We tried to talk to him a long time ago. We tried to talk about what if we put a station right at Bellevue Square. He said it's never the right time to do the wrong thing. I'm like, okay, no station for you. No, I did not get to make that decision. That's a joke. That's a joke.
If you'd said that with a slight more of an Italian accent, would have really driven the point home.
Been a shame if we messed it all up.
It's all about Juicy's not running for office again. So you know the numbers. I don't even go through them with you, but what I looked at, so I took the principal and interest bond paying on a 30-year or a 40-year, and I ran the numbers through the total amount of money that the taxpayers will be asked to pay $9.8 billion by the time the whole thing is paid off. So I took the 3.4, did all the math, worked through on 5% interest on the bonds. Plus, I didn't include in there the maintenance cost because they're going to have to inspect this thing a lot because this is an engineering feat that has never been done before. You're going to be having these 400,000-pound trains passing one another at 35 miles an hour on a floating bridge with different wave and weather conditions. So there is a chance that they're going to have to be always monitoring this thing and kind of checking. Are you left-handed as well?
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah, I am. So that's included in the cost. But apparently, it seems to me that the general idea is if we build it, they will come. And the hell with the price. People like trains. So, yes, there will be just as many people on the road. Maybe there'll be a little less. Nobody will notice it necessarily. But the train will be there for those that would like to take it.
So I've never done that particular math. I always just look at the principle, if you will,
right.
Sort of the way I do it. Like I've never done math.
But you have a mortgage still?
I have a mortgage. Never done close. We're getting close. We're getting very close to paying off the mortgage. But I've never. You
don't own it. The state does when you pay your taxes.
Never done it for my own house.
Yes.
But we projected a budget. We're coming in slightly over budget, given the fact that we've never put light rail on a floating bridge anywhere in the world before. I think it's pretty remarkable that we're within 3 or 2% of budget. And there will be operations costs, as there are with buses. By the way, operations costs with buses go up over time.
I know, yep.
And we've created new transportation capacity. Try to create new transportation capacity across Lake Washington. It would have cost many billions of dollars to do that for cars as well. I mean, there's no way around it.
Yeah, I get that. Can I get you on record on the I-5?
Which part about it? The Revive I-5?
Yeah, and the fact that they're not opening those lanes. Have you seen? You've been following this.
I have not.
You don't want to get on this
I'm on
one?
the east side. No,
you don't care. All right.
I'm happy.
You care.
I'll have an opinion if you tell me what I'm having an opinion on. Open up the HOV lanes, you mean, to general traffic.
And to switch them different times a day, just like over the I-90 used to switch when, coming in or coming out, right? Just generally just give us some relief and just open that lane up because it would just make things so much easier.
I'll say I generally believe that anything that won't bend will break. And if people are really, truly sitting through ridiculous, brutal traffic and doing something different operationally could help to alleviate that for the temporary period of time this construction's going on, it should be considered.
My opinion is the folks in Olympia and Wansat, they don't like you in your car. They'd like you to be out of your car. And just like you're hoping that the people that are sitting there in I-90 watching the train go by will go, oh, yeah, I guess so. I guess I should get out of my car. Right? Because they don't like you being in your car. They want you on public transportation.
I don't know that is the emotion that we are feeling. I think that what we're trying to do is provide a fully modal transportation system that gives people all the options that they need. There are people who have jobs who will never be able to take transit because of their jobs, because they need a truck, they need tools, because of where they start and where they end is not served well by transit. We're always, in my view, going to need roads, going to need cars. And that is the majority of trips.
Yeah.
But that's not a reason not to have a major fixed transit system that gives other people who can't drive, people who want to save money, people who have the ability to take transit. It's a better lifestyle if you can take it.
Yeah.
I want to offer all of it.
I used to live in New York City, and I spent some time in Boston as well, and I used to ride the train and the subway in New York when I felt like being mugged. So I know how it works. I don't know if you necessarily have the density. And my other argument was always, well, they already have the bus, and we know that they're going to get off the bus and they're going to get into the train. So we call that a wash, right? So then you think, okay, well, why not just let them have the bus? But then we're not going to do that. We now have it. So I have agreed to ride the train with you.
Excellent. I can't wait. That's going to be fun.
Right. You have the
we'll bring
song
the whole
for me?
team.
Yeah. Because I've been bashing this. No, it's a fun song. I've been bashing the train for the longest time, and I always said that I'm going to have a flying car. I didn't eat my words. I said I will be in a flying car before those trains go across that bridge. So I looked up and I found a flying car. It's $190,000. I was like, now do I really want Claudia Balducci? Do I want to spend $190,000 just so I can say to Balducci as I fly over that I-90, I told you, Balducci! I told you, Balducci!
I think the FTA would have something to say about you flying over I-90 with your car.
Oh, well, listen, can you stick around? I don't. What else are you in here other than the fact that you just want to show that...
I wanted to come and tell you the light rail was opening and invite you to come for a ride.
Then I will be here.
Excellent.
And I will be there. Do we get to ride do we get to pull the train, like the toot-toot or anything like that? Do I get a hat? Do I get to...
I will work out some kind of swag, something very Yeah, we'll work out something for you.
Okay, don't go too far. I mean, it's one thing to...
I've been waiting for this opportunity.
The Italians and the Greeks, I'm telling you, they don't let you forget anything. Nothing will be forgotten. All right, hit a little Glenn Miller there. You got a little...
Is that the Chattanooga Juju? Yes, yes.
When's the ride?
March 28th. March 28th. Don't miss it. And every day thereafter.
Hold on. You find an excuse not to be there. Hang on. March 28th.
You're going to be there. We're going to make sure of it.
No, it's the day before Palm Sunday. How appropriate. Look at I got nothing on my schedule. See that?
All right.
Pennsylvania station.
All right, Balducci. Go back there and do the people's work, all right?
All right.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
And to have your ham and eggs in Carolina. When you hear the whistle blowing 8 to the bar.
You don't know this one?
Then you know that Tennessee is not
Claudia Balducci. You know this song. Do you know?
Of course, yeah.
It's
You're
not
making me feel very
Let's not
old.
age ourselves. All right, good. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, Johnny, this is a report brought to us by the Tacoma Home and Garden Show. Seattle to Everett, plan on 45 minutes once you cross the Ship Canal Bridge. Scattered backups between Northgate and South Everett. Bellevue to Everett just crossed the 1 hour line, an hour, 5 minutes. We're slow from mid-Bellevue to Canyon Park, and then you're really packed through Kirkland. Up in Everett, we cleared our collision. South 5 approaching the Boeing Freeway. No longer any backups there. North 5, however, has scattered slowing from the Boeing Freeway into Marysville. Everett to Marysville is still looking okay. okay, pushing 15 minutes. Here in Seattle, South 5, you're slow from Northgate to I-90. We still have our collision at 520, blocking your right lane, 25 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. North 5 is now solid from the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. 45 minutes now to make it through this. Renton to Puyallup is a 50-minute commute. The Tacoma Home and Garden Show, presented by Puyallup Chocolates, going on today through February 1st at the Tacoma Dome. For info and discount tickets, go to TacomaHomeandGardenShow.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Doubted.
More questions about Sam Darnold.
Underestimated.
I would say 10 and 7.
Questioned at every turn.
The question mark on this team is the offensive line.
We did not care. It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do. And now we're going to the Super Bowl.
The only place you'll hear Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction. Lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction. Lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
You've worked hard, saved diligently, and now retirement is on the horizon. But will your nest egg go the distance? With rising cost and uncertain markets, there's no time for oversimplified plans. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
The Boat Show, the Boat Show,
The Big Seattle Boat Show.
The Big Seattle Boat Show starts this Friday. It's the best time to buy with big selection, big discounts, and big fun for everyone. It's a big deal. Presented by Sundance Yachts and Port of Seattle. Make it a date Friday evenings with Boat Show After Dark, featuring unforgettable ambiance, music, food, beer, and wine. Details and discount tickets at seattleboatshow.com.
If your home is 20 years old or more, it might be time to have your roof checked. Your roof is your home's first line of defense, and at Guardian, we help it last as long as possible. That's why every new install comes protected with a full year of free maintenance on us. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Federal lawmakers are moving closer to a deal to avert that partial government shutdown. CBS's Stacey Lynn in Washington with the latest.
Sources tell CBS News the White House is working with Democrats to negotiate a short-term spending agreement, with talks focusing on immigration enforcement and funding for the Department of Homeland Security. The two sides have tentatively agreed to have Homeland Security funding temporarily separated from the broader spending bill to give negotiators more time to reach a compromise.
Still unclear if there will be a vote by tonight. They need to reach that deal by midnight tomorrow to avert the shutdown. Bill to lower Washington's blood alcohol limit for drivers has now cleared a major hurdle.
Senate Bill 5067 would lower the limit from .08 to .05. Democrat John Lovick, who served as the Snohomish County Sheriff and as a Washington State Trooper, is the prime sponsor.
Every single DUI collision was preventable.
Republican Jeff Holey voted no. He used to be a Spokane police officer, and he says he had similar experiences to Lovick.
And part of that has been scraping dead kids, dead drivers out of cars, people off pavement.
But he says lowering the limit to .05 would mean going after drivers who are not impaired. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Bill now goes to the House. KIRO News Radio's Amanda Factor now reports on some bills maybe you have not heard about yet this session.
State senators have voted to name the Columbia Plateau cactus as the official state cactus. Senator Judy Warnick says the idea came from a group of Ellensburg students who studied the plant and made the pitch.
They testified, and they actually brought interest to other people all over the state.
The Senate also voted to formally adopt Washington's longtime nickname, the Evergreen State. Senator Jeff Wilson says it's something the Senate has been trying to do for more than 130 years.
It's an amazing nickname.
Both measures now head to the House. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Costco's facing a lawsuit over its $5 rotisserie chicken. Two California customers claim the Issaquah-based retailer falsely advertised that chicken as having no preservatives. Lawsuit says the product contains sodium phosphate and another preservative. Costco says the ingredients are approved by food safety regulators, but it has since removed the no preservatives language from its signs and websites. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 4:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. This one brought to us by the Tacoma Home and Garden Show. It's a busy commute this afternoon. Here's some of our bigger backups. Seattle to Everett, 45 minutes after you cross the Ship Canal. And then from there, we're looking at scattered backups between Northgate, really into South Everett, up there toward 128. Bellevue to Everett, hour 5 minutes. You're slow from mid-Bellevue to Canyon Park, and then you'll join that North 5 backup at the interchange. Let's see, Everett North 5, scattered backups between the Boeing Freeway into Marysville. Everett to Marysville, we're at 15 minutes. South 5 heading into Seattle. You're slow at Northgate to I-90. It gets really thick, though, approaching the Ship Canal Bridge, partly because of this collision at 520, still taking up your right lane. About a half hour now from Linwood to Seattle. North 5, solid from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. 45 minutes to clear downtown Seattle. Bellevue to Renton's at 40 minutes. It's jam-packed from 520 to the VMAC in Renton. Northbound 405, bumper to bumper from South Center into the Renton S-curves. And in Tacoma, we've got a collision north 5 just prior to the Tacoma Dome, blocking 2 right lanes. The Tacoma Home and Garden Show, presented by Puyallup Chocolates, is going on today through February 1st at the Tacoma Dome. For info and discount tickets, go to TacomaHomeandGardenShow.com. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. We'll see some heavier rain through tonight, tapering off into early tomorrow. One more quick wave of rain during the day Friday. Drying out tomorrow night, mainly dry Saturday, and then showers return Sunday. Right now, 49 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Grocery stores are tracking your every move. From the second you step foot in the door to when you check out, they've been watching. Tracking how you shop, what you buy, then selling your info for top dollar. KIRO 7's Gary Horker investigates loyalty programs. Are the savings really worth what you're giving up? Tonight at 5:30, only on KIRO 7 TV.
Yeah, what are you losing on the other side?
We'll be watching you.
So we're going to be watching you. Well, she's irrelevant now. That's nice.
Greta?
Yeah.
She had a little flotilla thing to Gaza, but then IDF kind of intercepted her offshore a little bit and shipped her back.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Goodbye. Okay. Thank you, Joe. Well said, well read.
Thank you.
Again, moment of silence for Buc-ee's. Ever since Nate took his car there, they don't need to advertise anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
I paid everyone's salary for the year.
Ditch that thing. That old car of yours. Take it over to Buc-ee's. All right. Let's see the big news out of Minneapolis. So Tom Holman, U.S. Border Czar Tom Holman, honored by Barack Obama. And now he heads over to Minnesota. He goes in there because it was a bit of a mess with that other guy that they had in there who looked like somebody from Central Casting.
Yes.
Whatever his name was. Can't remember his name.
Bovino.
Yeah.
Greg Bovino,
yeah.
I think.
Bovino.
Ay.
Okay, so some sound. This is he spoke, had a productive meeting with the governor, the AG, and the mayor of Minneapolis. So he met with the arsonists that set the fires. That refer to ICE agents as Nazis, Gestapo. That's the governor. That's the mayor. That's your AG. So Holman goes in and says,
in the past few days, I've met with Governor Walz, Attorney General Ellison, Mayor Fry, numerous police chiefs and sheriffs, and I have more to meet. I'll also be continuing the dialogue with business and religious leaders, your community leaders. I'll be meeting with them too because I want to hear what they have to say. Bottom line is you can't fix problems if you don't have discussions. I didn't come to Minnesota for photo ops or headlines. You haven't seen me. I came here to seek solutions, and that's what we're going to do. And we've come a long way, and we got some good wins for the people of Minnesota, I think, and for the safety security of this city. One thing we did agree on, though, everybody I talked to agreed on, was U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement is a legitimate law enforcement agency that has a duty to enforce the laws enacted by Congress and keep this community safe. Like I've said many times for last several years, even before this administration, jurisdictions that refuse to cooperate with federal immigration authorities are sanctuaries for criminals.
yeah, that seems pretty simple. It's amazing that he got Walz and Fry to admit that they have a legitimate reason. That's good. Good for him. Holman is respected. He's been in that business for like 35 years. Started out as a cop in New York City, and he's been involved now in immigration, I think, for the last, I don't know how many.
6 presidents.
Yeah, 6 presidents. ICE agents who break the law will be dealt with. Good.
Licensed CBP officers are performing their duties in a challenging environment under tremendous circumstances, but they're trying to do it with professionalism. If they don't, they'll be dealt with. Like any other federal agency, we have standards of conduct.
Okay, that's good. I mean, there is some criticism that, you know, they kind of hired a bunch of people and they trained them out how quickly they got trained and how quickly they were then put out onto the streets. And then let's face it, you know, whether you're a cop, You apply, you go through the academy. I think it's 18 months or something by the time you finally go out, or at some point you go out into the street, but then they've got another cop with you, riding with you. They give you, real life experiences. If you fail a couple of them, they bring you back, and then they give you one more try, and then they kick you out. That's the way they used to do it. Now they don't, because they're hurting so bad in Seattle that they'll keep testing you over and over again. So that's good. So maybe they'll tighten things up. A.G. Ellison agrees that the county jails, this is the biggest news. Man, if you could get these other states and cities to agree to this, this would cut down on so many problems.
I'm also pleased to announce I had a very good meeting with Attorney General Ellison, and he has clarified for me that county jails may notify ICE of the release dates of criminal public safety risks, so ICE can.
Tom seems sleepy. Like, if they're interviewing him while he's laying down or something,
he's
sounds
got
like he's
got a little bit
something.
of he's got like a lisp and a stutter, but trust me, these are a lot longer.
Okay, here we go. Last part.
Of the release dates of criminal public safety risks, so ICE can take custody of them upon their release from the jail.
There's the headline. You catch one of these people that is a known criminal, and they're also in the country illegally. Add that to the pile of other things they've done. The way it normally works is ICE finds out that they've got him, and ICE will say, hold him. We're coming in to get him. Don't let him go. Don't let him out in the parking lot. Let us come get him or her. And you get places like Washington and Minnesota, any one of the sanctuary cities. Nope, we're not doing that. ICE shows up. Where is he? Oh, an hour ago. Where did he go? It's up to you. You go find him. So then the guys that wanted to go get him are now driving around, possibly neighborhood. Where are they going to find him? Where is he? They're going around knocking on doors. Oh, I have an idea. When you've got one of them, hold him and don't let him go. And then we'll go get him. And then we'll see if all of this stuff lines up. And if so, ship him out. That's the headline right there. So now the good news is, now you could possibly say, hey, look, it's happening and it's working in Minnesota. Bob Ferguson, do you want to do it here? Can you let ICE come in there and just get them while they're in jail and hold them? Wouldn't that be nice, just to kind of hold on to them? And let us then not have to drive around neighborhoods and have a bunch of people scream and yell at us and throw stuff at us, threaten to kill us, and do all the rest of the stuff you do. Could you please just hold them for us there in the jail? That's the headline.
For the people out there that don't like what ICE is doing, if you want certain laws reformed, then take it up with Congress. Again, ICE is making this up. They're enforcing laws enacted by Congress and signed by the president. The same laws have been on the books for the last 6 presidents I worked for. I started with President Reagan and ending with President Trump. Every administration, we enforce the same laws. If you don't like what ICE is doing, instead of protesting this building, go protest Congress. Tell me what changes.
There you go. Again, he does seem like we just woke him up for a nap for this interview. For those funding attacks on ICE, justice is coming, says Tom Holman.
All about the organization and the funding of the attacks on ICE. I'm not going to answer a lot about that because I'm not going to show our hand, but they'll be held accountable. Justice is coming. Again, we got to all remember why we're here. What started this? 4 years of an open border where millions of people are letting this country unvetted. Remember, let's not forget, for 4 years, we were told the border's secure. 4 years, we were told the border's secure. And we all knew it wasn't. I want this to be a positive thing we're doing here today. I also want to remember the politicians are continually attacking us. Where were they the last 4 years when the number of women and children sex trafficking went all-time high? Where were they when 250,000 Americans died from fentanyl coming across the border?
Yeah, okay. That's because the orange man bad. There we go. That's the big news there. Although Tom doesn't seem very excited about it.
Tom is never excited.
Okay. No, he's you can get him. You get fired up. Okay. That's good. Let's see. Well done, J.R. Joe. And now you had to cut up all that sort of stuff. We'll find out if we've got the Pope's blessing for the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. Plus, here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Alrighty, this report brought to us by Seattle Sports. South 5 heading into Seattle. It is heavy now, coming out of Northgate down to I-90. We still have our collision at 520, blocking that right lane. It's 25 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. Nothing blocking it up in Linwood. North 5 through Seattle is solid from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. It's 40 minutes to make it through this backup. Northbound 99 is now heavy from the stadiums to about mid-Lake Union. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, plan on a half hour on both 520 and I-90. Bellevue to Renton's a 40-minute trip. You're jam-packed from 520 all the way to the VMAC in Renton. Seattle to Federal Way, 45 minutes. It's solid at the Duwamish Curve to 516. Northbound 405, bumper to bumper from South Center into the Renton S-curves, but from there it thins out. It's still pretty crowded up past the VMAC. Tacoma to Olympia, we're pushing an hour. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, I want to talk to everybody out there that's got some sort of problems. If you've ever used in a complete sentence, I've got bone on bone. My knee hurts. You've got arthritis at the beginning of it. For me, my personal story is my hip got bad, really bad. We're doing a lot of running, doing a lot of cycling and stuff like that. But more importantly, I have this weird thing that I do with these auctions. I slam my left foot down. Probably, I'm guessing 500 times in 2 hours or something, just constantly banging it down on this on the stage. And I had a doctor who said to me one time, hey, no wonder you got a bad hip. You got to switch legs and hit the other one. Well, I looked at an x-ray, and it was a mess. The damage done to the joint was so bad, a doctor said to me, well, looks like you have to get a brand new hip. And then he said, well, you can't get one yet. You're too young. We'll have to wait a little while. You have to deal with the pain. I said, heck with that. So I go see Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports for Regenerative Medicine. He's done stem cell procedures. He's done 20,000 of these things. They're a 90-minute outpatient procedure. He did it for me about 12 weeks ago. No more pain. Absolutely amazing. Bad elbow, shoulder, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is, make a stop to go see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD.com.
The G and Ursula Show.
Seattle is at the top of another list.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
We are officially the most expensive city to host a Super Bowl party. As it gets more and more expensive, do you do things like, hey,
potlucks are fun. Yeah, that's normal. I have friends that'll come over and they'll bring something. Yeah. And I also got those friends that either bring paper plates or ice. Cornelius, I have him bring ice. He's a great ice guy.
On KIRO News Radio and the KIRO News Radio app.
You know, it's frustrating. You work your tail off for 40 plus years. The government takes 30 or 40% in taxes. Then they turn right around and waste it. Americans are getting fed up, and that's why they're taking advantage of tax planning. Charlie Harger here. Tax planning could significantly reduce your taxes, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. Learn how much you could save in taxes when you retire with free retirement tax savings analysis from Boss Retirement Solutions. If you've saved more than $300,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-1350. Don't pay the government one more dime than you need to. You need to call the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's no championship league for small business owners. But if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at Lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/plan to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/plan for 20% off. trustandwill.com/PLAN.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
What? Huh?
I didn't look at the time. David, the naked mailbox man, give us these Snickers bars.
Now, you were so obsessed with the Snickers bar, you forgot about keeping track of the clock.
Keep talking.
I wonder how those Snicker bars taste.
Nate, would stall everybody.
I'm sure the mailbox man said share those with Nate.
You put one in the freezer. I see it there every day.
Yeah, shush up, Nate.
Come on.
Rich Eisen on the Rich Eisen Show reacting to a graphic from the NFL that is believed to have predicted the Super Bowl outcome. Now, this is still going on? The prediction that it was all fake?
Before the season, the NFL put up this, what would you say, mural, graphic, or whatever?
Yeah, sure, artwork.
Okay, artwork. Yeah. Barkley's at front and center, and Purdy and Burrow and Mahomes and Watt, and all 32 teams are represented, looking at the trophy inside of Levi Stadium.
Okay.
For Super Bowl 60.
For
32 teams with February dreams were so back. This was the first week of the NFL.
Again, we'd like to apologize to everyone that doesn't have TV or a screen in front of you. So they're showing all the players, and at the very front of this image, which was put out in early September, you actually have, so you got all the players, and then you go, if you look all the way to the front, the guys that are closest to the stadium, who do you see there, Joe?
Sam Darnold and Drake May.
Yep. Here's more from Rich Eisen.
All right, now zoom in on the 2 quarterbacks who are closest to the trophy.
That's crazy.
That's what you need to do for me.
Okay.
Let's say something, you go. A man was attacked by a French horn, a cello, a violin, and a harp. They don't know who it was, but they think it was definitely an orchestrated attack. Orchestrated, get it? Okay, never mind.
That's fantastic.
Darnold and May are up front.
Up front.
Now, Malik Neighbors is there, and Jaden Daniels is close. And
they don't have shoulder.
Marvin Harrison. Sauce Gardner didn't even finish with the Jets.
There's no shoulder.
He wound up teammates with Taylor, and then combined, he was, 2-15? So, I mean, they put Cam Ward right there, but It is kind of nuts that the player that's closest. Did you say now? Can we read in to this mural to say if May looks the closest?
He looks the closest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Whatever.
It does look like
Gee whiz. There is so much nonsense going on. It's fixed ahead of time. There was one point. Hey, did you get the script for the game? There was some open mic caught that. Is it all rigged? People are like, who cares until you can prove it's rigged? I'm going to tune in. In fact, when the Seahawks play, the NFL does very, very well. 2025 NFL playoffs, 37 million. Where the NFC championship game, 46 million tuned in for the game. And then when it comes to the Super Bowl, they're really going to make a huge deal about 2015. Of course, the interception, that's going to be the whole thing about Seahawks getting their justice and their win, beating the Pats on this one. 114 million people tuned in for that game in 2015 when the Seahawks met the Patriots in the demise in the final 20 seconds with the interception. So big numbers coming from everyone. And then, of course, is Bad Bunny still doing halftime?
Yep.
Because I'm doing Babbel. I'm online so I can learn how to speak Spanish because he said that. Remember, he said, learn how to speak Spanish. So mi madre trabaja en la biblioteca. That's all I can say.
My mom works at the library.
Yeah, sí. Oh. The end. Mi padre trabaja en la escuela.
Ooh, my dad works at, I don't know.
Mi tía pluma en la mesa. My aunt's pen's on the table. Here comes Nate checking traffic.
Cerveza, cerveza, por favor, muchacho.
Yes, beer. Thank you, friend.
How many of them?
You didn't say.
Just two traffic.
I said C.
CK.
This means yes.
Oh, what's 6?
CS.
Yeah, that's what I said. South 5 heavy from Northgate to I-90 at 520. We got this collision in the right lane. It's 25 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. North 5, it is packed at the Michigan curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Of course, 2 left lanes closed for Revive 5, and it's 40 minutes to clear downtown Seattle. Northbound 99, you're heavy from the stadiums to Mid-Lake Union. Seattle to Everett, 50 minutes once you cross over the Ship Canal Bridge. Bellevue to Everett, 1 hour. Seattle to Federal Way, 45-minute trip. It's solid from the Duwamish curve down to 516. North 405, you're bumper to bumper through South Center. You'll thin out through the Renton S curves. South 5 is packed from South 320th in Federal Way into Fife. Federal Way to Tacoma is at 25 minutes, and Tacoma to Olympia, we're pushing an hour, a 55-minute drive. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
The G and Ursula Show.
Seattle is at the top of another list.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
We are officially the most expensive city to host a Super Bowl party. As it gets more and more expensive, do you do things like, hey,
potlucks are fun. Yeah, that's normal. I have friends that'll come over and they'll bring something. Yeah. And I also got those friends that either bring paper plates or ice. Cornelius, I have him bring ice. He's a great ice guy.
On KIRO News Radio and the KIRO Newsradio app.
For seniors, the new year is a good time to reassess finances. If you're struggling with bills, our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be a great way to ease your stress.
Seniors tell me all the time, we love our home, we'd love to stay here, but we just can't afford it anymore. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off your debts, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let your home work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me. Never a sales pitch and never an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from Best Mortgage, the reverse mortgage experts, the VA loan and debt consolidation experts too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday.
All right, your car repair is going to run about $3,000.
Ugh. Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma Money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank, Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. I'm here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. Last year, the big news, obviously, was the accomplishment of the big, beautiful bill, but that also comes with some big, beautiful changes to the IRS.
There are some big, beautiful changes going on, and so many of those changes in the big, beautiful bill impact 2025. There's definitely some big spiffs in there for the ordinary working person. One thing that I'm really disappointed in is the way that things have been communicated in regards to the Social Security. It is still going to be taxed. It's not like it's not going to be taxed, but it will be, for most people, a reduction in the amount of tax.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
Lionel Richie. And Earth, Wind, and Fire. The tour continues. Seattle, you're invited to sing a song all night long. Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Together in one magical night you don't want to miss. Climate Pledge Arena, August 3rd. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
At Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, we stand by our quality gutters. Whether you need a cleaning or a complete gutter install, we do it all. Call today and get $250 off a gutter installation. And visit us at guardianroofing.com.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee are still trying to recover from last weekend's snow and ice storm. Power outages in those four states are down to around 227,000, according to findenergy.com. But as CBS News meteorologist Rob Marciano reports,
we got all these cold weather alerts and cold weather warnings all the way down to Florida, 20, 30, some cases 40 degrees below average. Miami, you'll see the coldest air you've seen since 2010 come Sunday. But the winter storm warnings are already up for eastern Tennessee and parts of Virginia and the Carolinas. Wind gusts up to 50, 65 miles per hour.
CBS's Stacey Lynn in Washington says lawmakers are closer to a deal to avert a partial government shutdown.
The tentative deal splits off funding for the Department of Homeland Security from a broader spending package. This would keep the agency funded temporarily while lawmakers debate wider ICE reforms. While it's still unclear if they'll vote on the measure tonight, it would still need final approval in the House.
After protests and two fatal shootings by federal immigration agents, Border Czar Tom Homan defends the actions in Minneapolis and says federal officials are crafting a drawdown plan.
President Trump wants this fixed, and I'm going to fix it.
Homan says his meetings with Minnesota leaders this week have been constructive and that agents will conduct more targeted enforcement operations. He also urged everyone to tone down the rhetoric. Fulton County, Georgia officials say federal agents yesterday took 700 boxes of records linked to the 2020 presidential election. President Trump has repeatedly insisted that the 2020 election was stolen, regardless of lack of evidence found by judges and his own attorney. CBS News election law expert David Becker.
It looks like this is much more likely, especially given the rhetoric we're hearing from some of the members of the administration and others who have lied about the election for so long, that this is about delegitimizing a future election, 2026, 2028, where perhaps the president and his allies don't think his party is going to do quite so well.
A 19-year-old suburban Chicago man has appeared in court on murder charges for allegedly stabbing a pregnant woman 70 times.
The judge ordered Nidas Ravukas to stay in jail after finding he is violent and has difficulty controlling his emotions. State's Attorney Robert Berlin says Ravukas killed 30-year-old Eliza Morales and her unborn baby before setting her apartment on fire.
This was a horrific act of violence.
Prosecutors and police say Ravukas was upset over a pickup truck he bought from Morales and her husband through Facebook Marketplace and attacked her when he dropped off its license plates. Nancy Hardy for CBS News, Chicago.
This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS News Roundup on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, Seattle found negligence in a 2020 fatal shooting, the latest after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Oh, it's a tough commute across the region, Aaron, with rain adding to our backups. Up in Everett, North 5, it's slow from just north of the Boeing Freeway into Marysville. Plan on 20 minutes to make this drive. Now, getting there from Seattle, it's 50 minutes once you get over the Ship Canal Bridge. Then you're dealing with scattered slowing from Northgate to Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, 1 hour. It's slow from South Bellevue to Canyon Park. You're going to really jam up through Kirkland. South Everett, southbound I-5 at 128th. We've got a new collision blocking the HOV lane. You're already backed up to the Boeing Freeway. Further south, heading into Seattle, South 5, you're going to start to slow in Northgate. That continues down to I-90. At Lake City Way, gets really tough because we still have this crash at 520 blocking your right lane. 25 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. North 5 is still packed from the Michigan curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. It's 45 minutes to make it through this. Seattle to Federal Way, 45 minutes. You're solid from the Duwamish curve to 516, and Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway right now is a 50-minute commute. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio at mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granello. A jury has now found the city of Seattle liable for the 2020 killing of a teenager in the so-called CHOP zone. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi reports.
The city was ordered to pay more than $30 million to the family of 16-year-old Antonio Mays Jr., according to the Seattle Times. The jury found the city negligent in its emergency response. Mays was shot in the CHOP, or Capitol Hill Occupied Protest Zone. The police department had abandoned its East Precinct, and medics would not enter the CHOP zone after people called 911 to report the shooting. A 14-year-old was also shot, but he survived. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle's mayor is preparing the city for a potential surge of ICE activity. KIRO 7 TV's Elle Thomas details parts of Mayor Katie Wilson's plan.
An immediate executive order will be issued banning federal agents from city-owned or city-controlled properties. So think things like city parks, parking lots, plazas, vacant lots, storage facilities, garages, Seattle Center. You get the idea here.
Plan also requires police to record and document any reports of ICE activity. Mayor's also spending $4 million to support legal defense for immigrants and their advocates. One of the 12s has a golden idea ahead of Super Bowl 60. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports she's raising money to fly a 12th man flag over San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge.
Flying a massive 12 flag over the Golden Gate Bridge was not Tansley Allen's first idea.
Is there a way I can get a 12 flag on the Golden Gate Bridge? I'm like, nah, the legal stuff with that, like the safety issues. I'm like, but I can fly one over that bridge just fine.
So far, she has a plane and a pilot lined up. She's raising money on a GoFundMe page to pay for the 35 by 35-foot flag and $3,000 per flight price tag. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Muckleshoot Department of Education is out with a warning tonight. It says families after multiple mountain lion sightings earlier today. Officials now urging parents and guardians to meet their children at bus stops as a precaution. No injuries have been reported. Weather update, looking at heavy rain in some spots for tonight. Tomorrow, showers will taper off a bit. We will still see the rain off and on for tomorrow before a mainly dry Saturday. Right now, 50 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
I'm very happy to meet you. I'm very happy to meet you.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy to meet you. I'm very happy to meet you. I'm very happy to meet you.
Okay.
I'm very happy to meet you. Very happy to meet you. The government bureaucracy doesn't work. The government bureaucracy doesn't work. Bureaucracy doesn't work.
Okay.
Good. Well, that's it for now.
How about that guy? We get the best. What is the phone number in order to have people call in?
It is 801-575-5532.
801.
Yep.
How about that? That's an interesting area code.
It's our HQ.
Oh. Okay.
Salt Lake.
So what it is? Oh,
Yeah.
it goes to Salt Lake?
Yeah, that's because that's where corporate offices are.
Well, I know that.
By the way, it's on the daily schedule. Anytime you want to look at it, right there at the top.
801-575-5532. So does the Mormon Church get a chance to listen to those things before it comes on the air?
Nope.
All right.
They clearly do not listen to any of our show.
Sometimes let's pull back the giant dusty purple curtain here at KIRO Radio. We'll come off the air and I'll go sit down with Joe afterwards. And I'm like, golly, we were on the edge today. Joe goes, I know, this is the best job because no one listens.
Stop what I said.
That's what you said.
Never said that.
Something like that.
No.
I wasn't listening when you said it.
Clearly.
You said what?
Nobody tells us what to do. Nobody tells us what to say.
You know why? Without listening.
This is the one time of day that our boss does listen.
Right now?
Yes, right now.
Hello, Kathleen! Listen! Let's start with Bruce. Can I start with Bruce Springsteen? Sure, why not? What the heck? Bruce loves songs with streets in them, right? Streets of Philadelphia, streets on fire, driving your car down the street.
Oh, I love that one.
He's got a new song out. Apparently, he wrote it on Saturday and was able to get it recorded just like in one day or something, man. Wow. Hey, Clarence, Santa Claus is going to bring you a new saxophone. And man, it's a goodie. Here we go. Bruce, just give it to us. Streets of Minneapolis. Yeah.
Through the winter's ice and cold, down Nicollet Avenue, a city of flame fought fire and ice neath an occupier's boots.
Ooh, an occupier's boots. Yeah, that's good. That's good. What's going to rhyme with boots? Loots, hoots, moots, stoots, loots. Let's see.
King Trump's private army from the
Yeah, the private army. Yeah, that's right, the private army. The guys that are out there, like, running around, throwing stuff at ICE, and being financed by a whole bunch of folks that hate America. They're not the private army. It's Trump's private army.
DHS, guns belted to their coats.
Got guns belted to their coats. Or they got guns under their coats.
Came to Minneapolis to enforce the law.
Yeah, they did. They came to Minneapolis to enforce the law. Okay. That's the only thing in the song. That's the only thing in the song that's like has any ring of truth. Hold on, let me back it up and play it again because it's so true.
Came to Minneapolis to enforce the law.
Right.
Or so their story goes. Against smoke and rubber bullets.
Who cares?
In the dawn's early light.
Nice.
Citizens stood for justice. Their voices ringing through the night.
I didn't even know the words. Doesn't matter.
And there were bloody footprints.
Yeah.
Where mercy should have stood.
That's right. You should have gotten out of your car when you were given a direct order to get out of your car.
And 2 dead left to die on snow-filled streets.
Yeah.
Alex Pretty and Renee Good.
Yeah, work those names in there hard on that one.
Oh, Minneapolis, I hear your voice singing through the bloody mist.
God.
We'll take our stand for this land and the stranger in our midst.
We'll take the stand for the bloody land and the stranger in our midst? Who's that? Is that the person who came into the country and raped people? That stranger? Comes in and steals stuff? Yeah. How long is this song?
It's very long.
Go on, Leslie.
They killed and roamed in the winter of 26.
Nice.
We'll remember the names of those who died on the streets of Minneapolis.
Okay. It's classic, right? So my friend Daniel Flynn says from American Spectator that when you mix music and politics, you get politics. These politics, I mean, it's quickly brought to everyone's unfortunate ears. But it's not unusual, right? Neil Young. You like this one?
We're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming. For dead in Ohio. Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are running us down. Should have been done long ago. What did you do?
When did he come up with that one? Right after. So when did the Kent State thing happen? Was it, is that 60?
1970.
Was it 70?
I'm not real sure.
They just yelling stuff out.
Well, I don't think.
Nor looking it up.
Yeah, it was 1970. Ha! He's right.
All right, Nate. Name the artist, name the song. Ready? Here we go.
Go.
There's something happening here.
Ooh, going way back.
Yeah. Ain't
Also,
exactly
brilliant
clear.
song.
Yeah.
There's a man with a gun over there. Telling me
I like how it's split in different ears here for me.
I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Nate, you know it?
Yeah.
What is it?
He's Googling. I see it. Come on,
Sorry.
man.
Moving on to the next one.
Unbelievable.
Eve of Destruction. Barry Maguire, post-Vietnam civil rights unrest.
The Eastern world, it is exploding. Violence flaring.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, but not for voting.
Well, they changed that.
Don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? And even the Jordan River has bodies floating. But you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.
All right.
I don't think
Bruce is going to make it. No, I don't think so. No.
It's not going to stand the test of time.
And zombie. Cranberries, right?
Yes.
The Irish Republican Army.
With their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns in your head, in your head. In your head, in your head.
I wonder how many people, if you surveyed them, would know which IRA, what she's saying.
I don't think she.
What is she saying?
Say in your head.
Is it in your head?
Yeah.
Again, in your head. What's in your head? She mentions IRA. I get it, man.
I have one to play. Can I play?
Go. What you got?
You don't know who this is?
Black Sabbath. What was he protesting?
It was anti-war. It was an anti-war song.
War pigs.
Politicians
They hit the post on it, too. And then the other one is the father-son that... was that Clearwater Revival?
Fortunate Son. Yes.
So
good.
There's so many. I don't know. And then we listen to this one again. Just, maybe we didn't give it enough shot. Hold on, Bruce. No, it sucks. All right. One last little story. This is out of Olympia. This is Sean Scott, your buddy, representative. They put a D next to his name. He's actually he's a Democratic socialist, and he would like to see the 32-hour work week, because why not bring that in? Come on.
Representative Sean Scott, who sponsored this new bill here in Washington, says we Americans work 125 more hours a year than our neighbors in Canada and other parts of the world.
Yeah. You know why? Because we want to. And you know what another thing is? We are richer and more successful, and most of the people that are working extra hours are choosing to work extra hours, or they're working 2 jobs as well. But this idea of comparing us, you want to compare us, Sean Scott, to Canada or the UK or Europe?
And why
don't you compare us to Japan? They make longer hours there.
We aren't necessarily more productive. He calls this, quote, legislation for a happy...
We're not more productive? Okay. I don't know how you're judging that, but okay.
Happier and more productive workforce, and says it's actually already working in one part of the state.
Here in Washington State, in the People's Republic of San Juan County, where a 32-hour week is law.
Why? Does he say why? Does he tell them why?
Officials have reported an 18% decrease in sick calls, a 216% increase in people applying for job openings.
You know why?
And then 83% rate of workers who saw improved work-life balance.
Okay, here's what happened in San Juan County. They can't get anybody to work there because it's remote, and they're just, it's too expensive to live there, and people don't want to commute back and forth in there. So the only way you can attract somebody to work there, it's like, I'll tell you what we could do. We're going to pay you for a 40-hour week. You don't have to work 40 hours a week. You only have to work 32. And they're like, because where they're thinking, do we raise the pay in order to attract employees? And then they looked at it. The county was like, well, we don't have that money. We can't possibly give people more money to work here because we're restricted in our budget. But what we can do is we'll pay you 40, but we'll pay you for 32. And then that way, we'll just cut the amount of hours you have to work, but you can make the money.
They pay you for 40, you work 30.
Right, you work 32, you get 40 hours work. And that's how they worked it out, because they said, that's the only way we're going to be able to make this thing work. That's why they did it. So this idea of like, all of a sudden they came up with this magical idea that they're going to just cut stuff down. They did it because of economics forced them to do that. So he wants to do this. It's the 4-day work week and has all sorts of goodies in it. Like, for instance, if your employee works more than 32 hours, then you have to pay overtime. So it used to be at 40, and then they also included in there sick day. So sick pay leave would accrue as well, but it would start, used to start 1 hour per 40. Now it's going to start 1 per 32.
San Juan County adopted the 32-hour work week as a pilot program back in 2023. So they have 2 years of data to look through with this. And they say shorter weeks didn't come with more taxes or significant staff or service cuts.
Right.
And while San Juan reported a cost of living savings of $2 million countywide, some opponents against the bill are asking if that savings would actually pay off.
For many employers, especially small businesses operating on thin margins, this bill would function as a significant labor cost increase. Overtime would begin earlier, forcing difficult decisions, reducing hours, cutting services, raising prices, or limiting staff altogether.
I have a brilliant libertarian idea. Get the out of business. What does it matter? I worked for this company one time, and unfortunately, it was a trucking company, and they said, listen, as soon as you're done with your shift, we'll pay you for 8 hours. We don't care if you finish in 3 hours, finish in 4 hours. Why'd they do that? Because they wanted us off the roads. Because they knew the longer we were on the road, the more likely we would be possibly be in an accident, somebody run into us, or whatever it was. We get in the truck, we load the trucks up the night before, we get on those trucks at 4:30 in the morning, we'd be out on the road. And we would get this stuff done. Speeding tickets, you would get fired. Parking stuff, you get in big trouble. But we were like, hey, bust ass and we only have to work for 4 hours and we're going to get paid 8. Amazing that the government didn't come in and tell us to do that. And I've also worked at other places. They're like, listen, if you can do it all done in 4 days or 3 days, fine, we'll pay you for 5. All they wanted to see was productivity, because it's Parkinson's rule that the amount of time fits the volume of work has the amount of time you do it. So if somebody says, I need you to stack all that wood in 8 hours, how long would it take for the person to stack the wood? 8 hours, right? I'll pay you for 8 hours to do it in 8 hours. Just let the businesses decide on this stuff. But why this guy, a Democratic Socialist, needs to come in and save the day for everybody and force everybody to then have a 32-hour work week, and then you have to pay overtime, then you have to get increased staffing, which you're going to have to pay for that. Just let the business get out. Leave them alone. Let them do whatever they want to do. And if maybe they want somebody to work, 30, 40, 50 hours or something, and they got to pay some overtime, but they want that in there. But just take your hands off it. Hopefully this doesn't go through, because you'll just drive more businesses out.
There's no way.
What?
There's no way this goes through. Come on.
Is that your prediction?
That's yes.
All right.
Bet you a Snickers bar.
Fine. Did Charlie agree to come on? Did you call her?
When you had her on speakerphone, she did.
Did you call her and tell her?
No.
She says, am I still on at 5:30?
Yes.
Well, then just... Okay,
I told her.
We're going to work it out. Here comes Nate checking traffic.
This one brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Big backups across the map this evening. Northbound 509 at Cloverdale in South Park. We've got a rollover crash that's blocking that on-ramp. Seattle to Everett, 50 minutes. Once you get over the Ship Canal Bridge, you've got scattered backups from Northgate to Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, still holding steady in an hour. And your backup starts in South Bellevue. Doesn't let up till you get past 527 in Canyon Park. It's really tough through Kirkland. And in South Everett, we just cleared that collision. South 5 in 128th, but you've got a big backup starting near the Boeing Freeway. Everett to Seattle will take you 45 minutes, which isn't bad. Here in Seattle, we just cleared our collision South 5 at 520. North 5 is solid from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. It's 45 minutes to make it through this. Seattle to Federal Way, 45 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia, we're down just a few minutes at a 50-minute drive. Confident winter driving starts at Subaru of Puyallup. Find stress-free pricing at SubaruofPuyallup.com and enjoy a stress-free buying experience at Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
The G and Ursula Show.
We going to the Super Bowl.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
I have been told about Woodstock and how it was just peace, love, and hair grease. That was the energy amongst Seahawk fans everywhere.
People were doubting Sam Darnold. He had the game of his lifetime.
The game of his life. He won 14 games with the Minnesota Vikings last season, and he won 14 games with the Seahawks this season.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
Veterans, the new year's a good time to re-examine finances. If you're struggling with bills, VA loan expert Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says he may have a solution.
Many veterans are sitting on a lot of home equity, and even with a low mortgage rate, your total monthly payments may be a struggle. The good news is with today's lower VA loan rates, you can do a VA cash-out refinance and pay off your high-interest rate debt and roll everything into one low monthly payment. For example, one VA client saved more than $1,200 per month. And remember, with a VA loan, you can buy a home with no money down.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. Whether you're a veteran or seeking a conventional loan, you'll talk directly to me or an experienced senior advisor, never an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust. From Best Mortgage, the VA loan experts. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. 425-649-6000.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on most beds with base. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. I'm here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. So there are some folks who probably think that they are in the clear because they haven't been hounded by IRS agents for the last few weeks. But that is a false sense of comfort.
It's a false sense of comfort. And I understand why people feel that way, Jason, because with the IRS shut down, all the revenue agents, the auditors, the revenue officers, the tax collectors, they weren't in their office. And the IRS stopped sending out notices because they knew that, people just couldn't respond to them because there weren't a lot of IRS personnel around. And so you get comfortable, you get complacent. But I tell you, folks, really, if you got an IRS issue, it's better to take care of it now than later. It really is.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. U.S. senators say they have reached a bipartisan deal to avert that government shutdown. Democrats and Republicans had been deadlocked over funding for the Department of Homeland Security following deadly shootings involving federal agents in Minneapolis. Washington U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell.
I've talked to many Washingtonians, and they're very worried about what's transpired in Minnesota. They're very worried about what's transpired in Minnesota because they think that someone has lost their life that didn't need to lose their life.
More from CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
Democrats want federal agents to take off their masks, put on body cameras, and operate by the same standards as state and local police.
We'll work in a very bipartisan way, I believe, not to have a shutdown. We don't want a shutdown.
The president isn't resisting those demands, and Republicans on Capitol Hill acknowledge ICE agents need to show more restraint.
Congress has to approve that spending plan by midnight Friday to avert a partial shutdown. There's debate in Olympia this session over student cell phone use in schools. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi explains.
Democratic State Senator Marco Lias is behind a bill that would prohibit cell phone use during class time.
Student device use and student device access is harming their learning and harming the development of our young people.
But high school senior Julie Che is concerned about safety.
With the current prevalence of school shootings in public schools, it scares me to think about the possibility of being unable to contact anyone.
The bill, which is in committee, had a public hearing Thursday, but no action was taken. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Washington is one step closer to a tougher DUI standard. Senate Bill 5067 would lower the blood alcohol limit from 0.08 to 0.05, and it passed the Senate this week. Democrat John Lovick is the prime sponsor.
This legislation
is about community safety. And it's about changing the culture of driving in our state.
But Republican Jeff Holy, who like Lovick used to be a police officer, voted no.
My argument with this bill is we're at the point of diminishing returns, and we are addressing people that are not impaired.
That measure now moves to the House. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 5:32. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, we've got a traffic alert down in South Park with this rollover fully blocking the Cloverdale Myers Way on-ramp to northbound at 509. There's no access to that ramp. No estimated time to reopen. Seattle to Everett, we're at 50 minutes once you cross the Ship Canal Bridge, and then it's pretty clear until you hit about Mountain Lake Terrace there, State Route 104. From there, it is solid into South Everett. Bellevue to Everett has gone up to an hour 10. We're solid from Bellevue all the way to Alderwood, and then you're going to join that North 5 back up into South Everett. Everett to Seattle, we're down to 40 minutes. Little backup left through South Tacoma, where we recently cleared a crash in 128th, and then you're clear all the way into Northgate. In fact, down about 85th is where it starts to get crowded again, and that lasts down to the West Seattle Bridge at this point. We cleared that earlier collision, South 5 at 520, so this backup is starting to thin out just a bit. North 5, though, continues to struggle. It's packed from the Michigan Curve up to the Ship Canal Bridge. It's 40 minutes to make it through downtown Seattle. Seattle to Everett is at 45 minutes, and Tacoma to Olympia, also a 45-minute trip. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Now looking at your forecast, heavier rain through the evening, tapering off into early Friday. One more quick wave of rain for tomorrow before drying out into Saturday. Right now, 49 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Here we go, you Mucko Concern Resort text line, 1-888-973-5476. Oh, welcome. See, I'll play a little, I'll do this one right here. Hang on. Ready, Joe?
Mm-hmm. She's got my back. She'll follow me down every street, no matter what my crime.
You're gonna cry, careful. You're already crying.
Remember the chords.
Remember, she's got to be someone.
I know. Chucky.
Hello.
You were in the car with a bunch of friends going to a reality television show, watching something for traders, and I'm glad you could find some precious time to spend with your old man.
Hey, I'm going to spend all weekend with you.
Okay. Then it doesn't really matter. Well, I thank you for your time because I know it's a big deal. Traders is this show. A bunch of reality stars are now all trying to figure out who killed somebody. I think there's $250,000 on the line. Is that basically the show?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, and you're hooked into it, and you're heading somewhere there in Austin to go see it. But tomorrow you head to the airport, and off we go to New York. Did you realize that the exact same cost to buy tickets to see the Seahawks was the exact same cost to be able to get you to New York City to see Gregory Alan Isakov?
Priceless?
Funny girl. No, well, yes, it is priceless to be able to be there with you. Why this guy? Why is this particular artist so important? And what do you think we're going to get out of this weekend? What's going to happen?
Oh, I think we're going to cry. But I think it's so beautiful. And I don't know what it is about his music. I just think it's like leaving something to the imagination. Like his lyrics don't really have like a meaning, but you can kind of, you can kind of interpret it however you want. It's grounding. Thank you, Audrey. You're on Audrey's talking about Gregory now.
Yeah, so you get all your friends Italian. You know, it's interesting because you started sending me the music, and I don't know if children send their parents songs to listen to, and if they really listen to them or not. But you kept sending them and sending them and sending them. And Rye's like, oh, my God, Chuck's into such sad music. I was like, I'm going to listen to it. So I think you started back in July, and I started to listen to it, and I said to you, why this particular music? And you said, I don't know, Dad. Something about it really strikes me deeply. You said, I'm not an emotional person. I don't like to cry. I don't like to get all upset. But this music just really touches me.
They keep on calling, clouds round to talk. Man, I've been listening, sold all these clothes to buy me this land. I'm so happy most of the
I'm not going to be able to get through this. All right, I know you hate that I get all emotional. Charlie can't stand that I'm a crybaby, right? That's the only characteristic that I have that seems to really bug you, right?
The entire car laughs.
I'll tell you what it was. So here, you and I and Nick and your wonderful boyfriend, we all went over to Remlinger Farms to see Gregory Alan Isaacoff, right?
Yep.
And I think it was Black Car. I think you might have been singing that song. And I knew that one. You knew that one. And I was sitting next to you. And I put
it was Sweet Heat Lightning was the song.
Ah. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah. And I put my arm around you. And I realized
What did you realize?
I hadn't put my arm around you in like 12 years.
Yeah.
And I felt you. Your head was on my shoulder.
It was a wonderful moment.
Thank you for helping me out.
I mean, dead air.
And I was like, you know what? If this is the music that brought us together, or at least allowing us to spend time together, there would be no price it wouldn't pay to have you there in New York to be able to hear him.
Oh,
So,
I am so excited.
me too.
I am so excited. We are going to have such a good time.
Yes, we will. All right, cheers. I know all the songs. I know all the lyrics now. And you and I will be right there in the front row helping them out on every song, okay?
Yes. Well, I will see you tomorrow.
Okay. All right, my love. Goodbye to everybody in the car. Say goodbye. Everybody say goodbye. Bye-bye, Charlie.
Bye.
That's all. Calling you to say
Oh, you guys gonna have an awesome time, man.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we will.
Now we owe this guy like $5,000 for playing all his
We didn't play him a whole lot. He's an interesting guy. Born in South Africa, moves to Philadelphia, lived there for a little while, picked up the, I think, guitar or piano. I didn't think really much of it. Then he moved to Colorado, continued to play. He became a farmer or worked on a farm, and then he kept playing music. And none of his music has a refrain. It's just straight all the way down. Normally they're 3 minutes, 3:25. And it's not the normal way you'd write a song, right? You do the first lyric and then the refrain and the bridge, the frame, right? This is just straight through on the stuff. The poetry of it. And they ask him all the time, so what does it mean? Like, what are these songs? And he goes, it's just images that sort of float by, and I write them down, and then there they are. He really is an amazing poet, great musician. And it's amazing that also, I hate to use amazing all over and over again, but it's a unique way to bond.
Yeah.
How about Charlie helping me out with the dead air?
I know you were just.
She
you made me
hates,
cry.
She hates the fact that I cry. I'm the biggest crybaby. And she's
Yes, you are.
like, Dad, get some medication. go to longevity, you big crybaby.
And by the way, so he's playing with the New York Symphony this week.
Yes, he will be there. Yeah, they're at Radio City Music Hall. So this would be great.
Front row, huh?
Well, not front row. We're going to be couple row. You don't want to be in the front row because you can't see anything. We're back up. Great seats. Boom, right there. Eye level, right on top of it. Normally, he has the lights behind him because he says, I don't want people to look at me. I get nervous if the light's in my eyes. So sometimes he'll wear sunglasses, because he said, whenever the lights are in my eyes, I forget the words. So when he was at Remlinger Farms, which I highly recommend you see a concert there, it's really great. The whole thing was backlit. It was crazy beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Nathan, checking traffic. Nate.
Yes, we have a traffic alert down in South Park. It's a rollover crash fully blocking the Myers Way on-ramp to northbound 509. Still no estimated time for this to reopen. Seattle to Everett is still hanging on at 50 minutes. That's once you get over the Ship Canal Bridge. It's pretty clear until you hit Mountain Lake Terrace, and then you're going to get pretty heavy all the way into South Everett. Bellevue to Everett, an hour, 10 minutes. You're solid from Bellevue to Alderwood, and then you're going to join that North 5 back up into South Everett. North 5 heading into Seattle from the south end is packed from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on 40 minutes to make your way through downtown Seattle. A good alternate choice is Highway 99, but northbound 99, I'll warn you, is still packed from the West Seattle Bridge to South Lake Union, so pick your poison here. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, a half hour on I-90, closer to 40 minutes on 520. Bellevue to Renton will take you a half hour. It's bumper to bumper from 520 all the way to the VMAC in Renton, and North 405 is bumper to bumper through South Center up to the Landing, South Center to Bellevue, right around a half hour. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Doubted.
More questions about Sam Darnold.
Underestimated.
I would say 10-7.
Questioned at every turn.
The question mark on this team is the offensive line.
We did not care. It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do. And now we're going to the Super Bowl.
The only place you'll hear Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. I'm here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. Last year, the big news, obviously, was the accomplishment of the big, beautiful bill, but that also comes with some big, beautiful changes to the IRS.
There are some big, beautiful changes going on, and so many of those changes in the big, beautiful bill impact 2025. There's definitely some big spiffs in there for the ordinary working person. One thing that I'm really disappointed in is the way that things have been communicated in regards to the Social Security. It is still going to be taxed. It's not like it's not going to be taxed, but it will be, for most people, a reduction in the amount of tax.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
What a good move I made. Let me tell you a quick story. I've done a whole bunch of races and a bunch of other stuff like that, and my left hip started bothering me about 5 years ago. And I go to the doctor, and he's like, you need a hip replacement. I was like, I'm 60. Yeah, we're going to ask you to wait a little while because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to go into the grave at the same time. I said, what do you do about all this pain? Well, you could, aspirin, and you could continue to do this and that and, sleep with a pillow between your legs. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Then I was talking to Bob Stelton over there at the sports department. So he went to Dr. Mark Wagner, and I think he had his hip done as well. So I go in there. I said to Dr. Wagner, can you fix my hip? Takes a look at the MRI. Yes. So I got the stem cell procedure. I'm telling you something. This is the best. If you've been thinking about, surgery for your knee, your wrist, your shoulder, or hip. No. Check out Dr. Mark Wagner and go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
There are 5 things money can do for you: growth, liquidity, cash flow, protection, and tax advantages. Don't miss an opportunity because your current retirement plan only focuses on 2 or 3 of them. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
At Skyline, senior living never sounded so good. The world feels bigger when you stay connected to ideas, to culture, to the things you love. We designed Skyline for today's older adults who celebrate life rooted in the city, not apart from it. At Seattle's only true life care community, premier music venues, museums, and culinary gems are just steps away. Urban senior living has an address. Discover it all at SkylineSeattle.org.
Guys, your New Year goals start now. Get limited time savings on our most popular treatments at Revive Men's Health. Visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com to see if you qualify to save hundreds.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Thank you, Sean. All right, Hudson, I believe you have a song for us.
One note.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you, Hudson. Hudson will be at Carnegie Hall in a couple of years.
Yes, you will.
How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
Through Radio City Music Hall.
Practice, practice, practice. There's a punchline for you. Okay. We'll get to a letter today. First, take care of all the rest. Joe.
Dennis in Seattle says, is Richard Riz really going to retire from baseball announcing work? Can you folks tell me what the heck is a modern-day Bambino?
Thank you. We always start out with Dennis because stuff makes no sense. A lot like the show. Isaacov. I know. I'm bad with last names, as you could probably see.
Nathan in the Clum says, John, I remember you talking about the special time with your daughter at Remlinger Farms. I sent you a story of the time you spent with her to my daughter, who had just started at WSU. I was missing her dearly. We both cried while listening. You tell meaningful stories. Keep it up and more, please.
Auction Jill in Seattle. Oh, it's Auction Jill.
Yeah.
My friend in the red dress. I'm bringing out the violins, John, since I heard you tell Katie Wilson you make $1 million a year. In fact, I think you can afford a couple of Super Bowl tickets. I didn't say I'm hoping to make.
That's right.
You will make. Hoping to make.
Pretty close. Brian from Arlington on T-Mobile sponsorships. When Watershed was a thing, we'd get free hats, bandanas, crap like that at the Gorge for T-Mobile. Crap I don't need or want. Magenta isn't my color. I assume it's similar at Mariners games. I do have T-Mobile in spite of all the garish pink.
Thank you for that. Cindy Puella. John, I'm available for adoption.
425 says, John, there have been 4 presidents assassinated. Lincoln, Garfield, McKinley, and Kennedy. I'm a history teacher in Island County.
I think I said 4.
You said 3.
Plus McKinley.
That's right.
Oh, gosh. Can I apply for extra credit? 206, John. Oprah Winfrey was born January 29th. Okay.
Missed that one.
Missed that one.
Anna Renton says, looking good, John. You don't look like you've had work done. You just look younger and sexier. Lucky for Nick. We love your show.
Thank you, Ann. Moving on. Old man John says, dated a stripper once, briefly. Fun as heck, but also psycho.
Tara in Mill Creek says, SEA is 3 syllables. SeaTac is 2. We're in the Puget Sound. Efficiency matters. If you're tech, you get it. If you're not, you're old school. Either way, we don't need outsiders, especially the government, adding syllables or changing our way.
Yeah, no syllables. And I think this Bruce Springsteen song, Breast sums it up. Okay. I think you should donate your light rail bridge tickets to the governor, mayor, and city council. What could go wrong, says 425.
Steve O says, when I was a manager in manufacturing, we had 10-hour days, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, and a weekend shift, 10 hours per day, and paid for 40 hours.
Thank you, Steve O.
Yeah.
Dwayne from QFC says, are you guys seriously not going to be here tomorrow because of this ice thing? No.
We'll be here. Well, you won't. I will. Barbara in the 425 says, being shocked is finding out your son and others from his university football team are dancing at Papa Bear's. Worse was knowing work staff was going for a colleague's bachelorette party. I promised the bride to attend.
That's Papa Bear's. Steve in Paulsbo says, a big bust is not something we really should be talking about when we're talking about strippers.
Heard the gunshot.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Good one, Steve.
From 425, John Curley, I'm a huge fan of your show. I appreciate your perspective on topics, and the research you do makes it interesting and impactful.
Ooh.
Thanks for giving a different perspective for others to consider. What a great moment with your daughter, Charlie, just now. There are many daughters in the world who would give anything to have their dads love them as much as you love your daughter.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, thank you for that. I'm glad you appreciate all that work. Charlie's tough, isn't she, though? She's got a little more dead air. All right. Is that it?
What are you doing?
I'm scrolling looking for a song, but I can't find it.
That's all she wrote.
I know you're supposed to type it in and then it comes up. I don't know how it all works.
It's a new thing. You'll figure it out.
Still looking.
Never mind. All right, just checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, South Park, a rollover is fully blocking your Myers Way on-ramp to northbound 509. Still no estimation when this will reopen for you. You can still easily access 509 via Cloverdale Street. Seattle to Everett, 45 minutes once you get over that Ship Canal Bridge. A little crowded through Northgate, and then a hefty backup from State Route 104 and Mount Lake Terrace into South Everett. Bellevue to Everett, an hour and 10 minutes. You're solid from Bellevue to Alderwood, and then you'll join the North 5 back up into South Everett. Everett to Seattle, 40 minutes. Now, it's slow approaching the Boeing Freeway to 128th, where we recently cleared a crash, but then you clear out right away, all the way down to the U District, and then from there, it is packed down to I-90. North 5 is packed from the Michigan curb to the Ship Canal Bridge. It's going to take you 40 minutes to make it through this backup. Northbound 99, still bumper to bumper from the stadiums of South Lake Union, and Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, we're down to a 35-minute drive. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Holy smokes! For 40 years, he's been part of the soundtrack of summer across the Pacific Northwest.
The Griffeys with back-to-back home runs!
KIRO News Radio congratulates Rick Riz.
Everybody scores!
Season 41 may be his last, but it promises to be one to remember.
The modern-day Bambino, Cal Raleigh.
We can't wait. From KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CODE to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Italian subs for your finance team in Chicago. Easy Cater. Burritos for your call center crew in Plano. Easy Cater. Bagels for your sales reps meeting clients in Charlotte. Easy Cater. Hot chicken sandwiches for your third shift warehouse workers in Memphis. Easy Cater. Your teams may be spread out across the country, but you've got one platform to feed them all, whenever and wherever they work, with food they love from favorite restaurants. Easy Cater. Food for the workplace, all in one place. Order now at easycater.com.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Nick, did you know this is called quit time? Did you know what that is?
I do not know.
That means right about this time of the year, people quit their New Year's resolutions.
Oh, kind of like last year.
Okay, never mind. The important thing is that both of us made a New Year's resolution that we would take better care of ourselves for each other. And we're holding to that.
We are not flaming out because...
Longevity Medical Clinic. So we get the support of Longevity. We told them what our goals were, and they're like, absolutely, we'll get you in line. So they support me, they support you, and then as a couple, they're making us accountable for the decisions we make. So we're not going to be quitting on these things. I can't remember what your New Year's resolution was around the house.
My New Year's resolution around the house was that I was going to try to get you to start putting things away.
And I was going to get you to actually learn how to cook a piece of chicken.
Oh, well, that's for next year.
Okay, fine. Either way, we've got a team behind us. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Experience the iconic Mexican music group Bronco at Muckleshoot Casino Resort Saturday, February 28th at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at muckleshootcasino.com.
Your best source for local news.